watching this live stream of Marion High School athletics on the Wildcat Gameday. The action is brought to you by the Swinford Media Group and all of our sponsors. Watermark Auto Group, John A. Logan College, Black Diamond Family of Businesses, Illinois Army National Guard, Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, Binkley-Ross Funeral Home, Legence Bank, First Southern Bank, Bank of Herrin, Banterra Bank, Garner State Farm Insurance, Paul Jacobs for Senate, SouthernTrust Bank, Marion Plumbing, Austin Dickson, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Anderson Boys Trash Service, The Roofing Guys, Anderson's Furniture, SIU Credit Union, Clark Natural Stone, Kemper CPA Group, Wit Wisdom, The Hub Recreation Center, The Print Shop, Blush and Ivory Bridal Boutique,
Hey everybody, we're back here at Everett's Field on the campus of Centralia High School alongside Gage Johnson. I'm Bill Swinford filling in for Riley Swinford. Kickoff now fast approaching. We've had some major technical difficulties getting on the stream tonight. We hope you've been able to hang in here with us and wait for it, and we hope that you're going to join us for the balance of our Binkley-Ross Funeral Home pregame show. We want to focus in the time that we have right now on our Legence Bank players to bank on. Gage, what should we be looking for?
Well, considering we're now in week 6 and over halfway point of the season, Bill, I thought we should go ahead and look at some of our stat leaders through the first 5 weeks.
Let's do it.
That includes, of course, our passing leader in Callahan Roper, who has 95 for 154 passing attempts so far with a 61.7 completion percentage, putting him at 1,493 yards with an average of 298.6 per game, a total of 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Interestingly enough, Bill, those 2 losses, Carterville and Cahokia, are where all 6 of his picks have come, 3 in each game. When Marian has won, there have been no picks for Cal. Backup quarterback Aiden Broomfield is also 7 for 8 on passing with 59 yards in limited duty.
All right, let's take a look at the rushing game. Marcus Hazel, a junior running back, has the most carries, 38 for the most yards, 323 total through the season. And he has 6 touchdowns also to lead the way. He has a long of 82. He's averaging 64.6 yards per game. Good-looking young junior back. And Blake Winters, our senior, has 35 touches for 163 yards himself and 4 touchdowns. No one else really has a rushing TD for Marian. The next closest ball carrier behind Hazel and Winters is Junius Thomas. 3 carries, 19 yards.
On the receiving side is Junius Thomas, who has 28 receptions for 566 yards and 7 touchdowns, putting him at 113.2 yards per game, with a long of 67 yards on the catch, averaging 20.2 yards per catch. Sam Atkins is a catch behind at 27 catches for 469 yards at 92 per game, with a long of 48 and 8 touchdowns at 17 yards per catch.
That's your Centralia High School band bringing us the national anthem as we prepare for this South 7 matchup. This is the final football South 7 matchup between Centralia and Marian, at least for the foreseeable future, as Centralia is moving on to a new conference next year. And there's a lot going on here in Centralia tonight. I believe it's also homecoming, and we are still over 3 minutes away from game time. So let's continue on, Gage. We were looking defensively.
Yeah. They're led by Jaden Twitty, the Wildcats, as he a junior linebacker with 33 total tackles to pace the team, putting him at 6.6 per game. Hudson Wade, a senior linebacker, and Caden Jacobs, a senior defensive line, are tied for second right behind him with 32 each, while Alex Henry has 29 tackles, Malachi Cooper has 28, Blake Winters has 22, and Evan Francis has 20.
These are our Legence Bank players to bank on. Solo tackle-wise on defense, Winters leads with 14. Twitty has 13 solo and 20 assisted. And tackles for loss, Caden Jacobs has 10, Francis has 8, Henry 5, Cooper 4. Sacks, Francis and Henry both have 3. Jacobs 2, Marley, Benavi, and Quintarius Townsend, and Weston Rudd and Hudson Wade each have a sack.
Winters leads the way in interceptions, racking in 2, while Junius Thomas, Andre Jones, Austin Moore, and Hudson Wade all have 1, with fumble recoveries from Cooper, Max Wade, Thomas, Twitty, and Henry this year, as well as forced fumbles from Cooper, Broomfield, Winters, Hudson Wade, Jacobs, Francis, and Henry.
All right, we're going to keep you right here with us. It's hard enough to get on here with you. We're not going to go send it to commercial right now, but we do appreciate Legence Bank sponsoring our players to bank on and all of our sponsors. We hope you've been able to see our sponsor roll tonight to tell you all of those fine businesses that are helping us make this happen. And thanks also to Ross Swinford, who's fighting a lot of issues tonight and still got us on the air before the game starts. So here we are at Everett's Field on the campus of Centralia High School. Just a couple minutes away from kickoff. Centralia won the toss and will receive. I'm Bill Swinford. I'm here sharing the booth with Gage Johnson, who's here providing color. Ross Swinford's on the control. Riley Swinford's out tonight. It's our Binkley-Ross Funeral Home pregame show, and we continue telling you a little bit about Centralia, just briefly reminding you that Centralia is one of the old school South 7 teams back when there was South 7 and South 7, and they were truly what we consider Southern Illinois schools all the way across. As much as hard as it is to see them leave after all of these years, there's a lot of great memories connected with Centralia, and I'm sure we'll still be seeing them from time to time, at least on the basketball court, as it's an opponent that Marian has a lot of history with. The few orphans facts, their enrollment now is 887. That compares to 1,122 for Marian. They are the orphans. They are cardinal red and white. And their head coach is Brad Gowai, who has been the coach since the spring of 2021. And while it's historically a basketball town, one of the winningest basketball schools in the country, historically, Gowai doubles as a basketball assistant and is trying to establish the Orphans as a football power as well. He's had some success, 3-2 in 2021, 3-5 overall in the fall of 2021. That was that year we had 2 seasons because of COVID, spring and fall. 2022, 6-5. 2023, they dropped to 2-7. Last year came in at 6-4, 3-1 in the South 7, and went out in the first round of the playoffs. Gowai is the father of Archie Gowai, who, though just a sophomore, leads the offense and is the quarterback for the Orphans. And he's up there with Marion Callahan Roper among the region's leaders, having thrown 64 for 101 for 1,025 yards so far this year, 14 touchdowns, and just 1 interception for a quarterback rating of 135.4. Kenny Bratton's their top receiver with 22 catches for 476 yards and 8 touchdowns. Cruz Jackson and Zayden McClain both have 11 catches. Their top rusher is Mike Brown, 81 for 429 yards, 3 touchdowns. Will Stanton has 25 rushes for 228 yards and 5 TDs. I think we will go ahead and take a look at our keys to the game before we have kickoff. We're almost there. Let's take a quick look at our keys to the game. Gage, what do you got?
Yeah, number one, we got to get out to a better start. 2 weeks in a row, Marian has spotted Althoff and Cahokia double-digit leads before having to dig themselves out of it. They can't do that tonight against a good Centralia team. Number two, they have to snap the losing streak to Centralia. The senior class and Coach Dunning haven't beat the Orphans in their careers, and it's time to change that here tonight. Number three, give Roper some protection and help. In the 2 losses, as I mentioned, he has 6 picks, none in the games they've won.
All right, there's our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game. We are ready to go. Sam Atkins will be kicking off as Centralia won the toss and elected to receive. Thanks for hanging in here with us again. It's a tight press box. There's a lot of technical issues tonight, but we are ready for action, and there's your kick. And he's gonna, it's a touchback under high school football rules. He caught it in the end zone, an automatic touchback. And so Centralia will start with the ball on the 25-yard line, and the Wildcat defense comes to the field.
Yeah, and they're looking to continue a couple of strong weeks. Last week, as we kind of mentioned throughout the game and a little bit in our pregame, defense has not really been an issue much for the Wildcats. There's sort of a bunch of missed opportunities offensively, so it'll be interesting to see if the quote-unquote phrase defense travel sticks here tonight.
Matter of fact, I believe the defense's improved play over the course of the season has Marion poised to still have a fantastic season, and yet Centralia with a quick pass for a first down on their first play, and the markers are moving already. That's Gowai at quarterback. We told you he's a sophomore who's had a fantastic freshman-sophomore start to his career. And he's the coach's son. He looks like a quarterback standing back there, doesn't he, Gage?
Oh, yeah, and the Marion Wildcats, they're going to have their hands full as Centralia has a lot of weapons to them tonight.
There's a handoff. Looks like about a 5-yard gain. Got a flag down.
So it was a gain of about 5 yards to the 41. Half of what Centralia needed for a first down.
Let's see what they're called. They're going to call a face mask on the defense, and so that's going to turn it to another first down, and we'll move the ball into Marion territory all the way down to Marion's 44.
And not the start they're hoping for, right? You have the quick pass, quick handoff, and just like that, 2 successful plays, and they've already crossed midfield. So Wildcats are going to have to find a way to lock it in here early to keep Centralia off the board to start this one.
Right. So if they weren't awake, if the Wildcat defense wasn't awake to start the game, they should be on alert now. They are having to defend their goal already, with Centralia already in their territory. Gowai out of the dropped back again. Flip it out. Well, where'd he come from? I didn't see him standing back there.
I didn't either. They had Brandon played way back. It looked like he was almost talking to the sideline, and then it turned into a screen pass on that right side. Not too shabby of a trick play. Turns into a couple of yards.
Couple yards is all. I mean, it was kind of cool, but he started so far back with it. He had to get to the line of scrimmage before he could make any positive yardage, and just a 2-yard gain.
It looked like they wanted to give him like a running start there of sorts, but got to have somewhere to run.
That's the way I would have to do it. I would need 10 yards to get my speed up. Quick pass over the middle, close to a first down.
I got to say here early, I'm already kind of impressed with Centralia's offensive scheme. They've mixed in a multitude of plays, spreading it around multiple sides of the field. So they're going to be able to keep the Wildcats on their toes.
Yeah, mixing it up is a key, I know, and sometimes that's such a key in high school football. Just keeping them on their toes, keeping them guessing. We're going to look for Marion to do more of that tonight. That's Mike Brown, but he is wrapped up. right off the bat. That is Hudson Wade, the senior linebacker. He was right there, not fooled at all. In the backfield, he almost was there early enough to take that handoff.
Yeah, it gave him absolutely no time to get anywhere there, and a huge play to make it a 4th down and make Centralia have an early decision here.
Yeah, that's right. So good job by the defense. They've got him 4th and long, still just at the 41-yard line. So,
and they got Guai out on the field, so it looks like the Orphans are going to go for it here to start this one.
Down in 7. They need the 34-yard line. Guai's going to have one wide receiver each side, couple tight ends. It's a low snap.
He's looking to go down the sideline.
Yeah.
Max Wade on the defense, but looks like they're going to get him for pass interference there.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, Bill, that was kind of a no-brainer. Had his back turned to him, thought the receivers was going to go make a play on the ball, and kind of jumped it a bit early and initiated that contact.
Yeah, that's what they always.
Not more clear cut of a pass interference.
That's what they always tell you. If you're playing the receiver more than you're playing the ball, then they're going to get you. And so.
But just like that, that's two rough penalties right there for the Wildcats.
2 long penalties now. Centralia's gained most of their yardage with these 2 penalties. First, the face mask, now pass interference. It's got them now down to the 26. With 4 downs at the 26-yard line. See if the defense can have another stand here and avoid mistakes. He finds his receiver on the right side.
And it looks like Kenny Bratton's going to have himself a night. They're looking to get him involved early. So he's had a couple of plays now where they've looked for him on the outside. As we mentioned in the pregame show, he is their top receiver. Was sitting at 22 catches coming into the.
Archie Gowai in shotgun for the entire game. Looks like somebody jumped. Yeah, that will be against the Orphans. As they had a false start, we're going to go the right direction as far as Marion's concerned, and hopefully make it a little tougher for the Orphans here to find the end zone.
Yeah, the Wildcats catch a break here. If they're able to take advantage of it, maybe snuff out a play or two like they did earlier in the drive, can limit Centralia to a field goal or force them to have to go for it.
So 1st and 15.
Centralia has to hurry. They get the snap off. Looking to the left.
He has a man.
Gowai's got somebody in the left flat, and he's got an angle to the end zone.
That's Guai hitting Gibson across that left side. They sent number 10, Zayden McLean, across the middle. And with all eyes on him, the tight end, Gibson was able to sneak out to the left. Guai hits him, and he was free to run in the end zone after he caught it.
Nice big target, 6'5", 195 pounds. Demetrius Gibson, a senior. And Centralia's on the board first. Caden Taylor, left-footed kicker, puts it through. Centralia has the early lead, 7-0. We're watching Wildcat Gameday. We'll see what Marion can do on their first possession when we come back after this.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Yeah, the Marion defense had its moments on. We're back here at Wildcat Gameday. Had their moments on that first drive. They had them stopped, 4th and long, and then had a pass interference penalty. They had the early face mask that gave up a lot of yardage. They didn't help themselves, but they did have some moments where they stuffed them in the backfield. Centralia just didn't run right over them to the end zone, but it was a quick score right off the bat for Centralia. They're going to a little squib kick.
At the 36-yard line. And then it's going to be falling forward to the 45.
Interesting choice on the early squib kick right there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to understand.
But Marian will have pretty good field position to start, and a lot of times this season there has been the defense that's kind of answered the bell if the offense has struggled, and now it's going to be the offense's turn this time around as they'll look up to pick up the defense after a shaky first drive.
So here's Callahan Roper bringing his charges to the line. These two quarterbacks we've got going tonight, two of the top quarterbacks in the region. Archie Gowai, just a sophomore for Centralia, and of course the seasoned senior Callahan Roper for Marion. And they just got that, whipped that out to the right, just got that past the defender who came in with his arms flying, but quickly got that pass out.
Yeah, nice quick little screen pass, get him a couple yards, kind of get things rolling for the Wildcats. It'll be interesting to see how they spread things around tonight.
2nd and 5. Here's the snap.
Back into the pistol. It's play action. Callahan fakes it to Blake Winters. Another completion to
Junius Thomas breaks a tackle. Gets a few more yards on the sideline, and Marion's on the move. They've got their first down.
Yeah, and who else to get it other than Thomas? Has been one of the huge leaders along with Adkins in this wide receiving core. Right there makes a huge play to get the first Southern Bank first down.
So now on the left hash, Roper's going to go to the air again. Little screen pass to Thomas. That's a nice play right there. That's a smart play. He's broken all the tackles he needs to get to the end zone. Junius Thomas.
What a play by Thomas. I mean, he's playing Madden out there. Juking him left and right, pushing the stick every which way. I mean, he didn't even get a great block necessarily on that start, but once he missed that first defender, he had his mind made up he wasn't getting any of them.
Yeah, there for a second he looked like a grown man playing a bunch of little flag footballers who just were biting at his ankles, and he just kept pushing them away, and didn't seem like too big of a challenge for him at all. That was impressive running after the screen pass. Reception by Junius Thomas. Nice call. Well, I mean, definitely there's a guy you want to get out in the open field and see what he can do. Sam Adkins with the extra point, and we count on those always going through, and we are tied at 7. So Marion answers quickly. We still have 7:40 left in this first quarter. We've already got a score for each team on the board. We'll be back with more right after this.
No matter the length of your journey, come discover.
At Legence Bank, we make it easy to achieve your financial goals. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we strive to be your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions. From investing in your priorities to helping our community grow, we're committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
I always know I can count on the people at Legence to answer my questions and connect me to the services I need.
We have you covered with a range of fraud prevention tools to keep your accounts safe and secure. With real-time debit card alerts, advanced encryption, and card controls, you can stay one step ahead of fraud with these security features.
Legence Bank supports you on and off the field. Go Wildcats!
As the ensuing kickoff, Adkins was aiming.
We're back at Centralia, and Sam Adkins kicking off after the Marion score, kicked it out of bounds, and so flag flew, and Marion will get the ball at their, Centralia will get the ball at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and I mean, what a way to respond for if you're the Wildcat offense. We said that they would need to find a way to even things back up, kind of get things back in an even playing field, and it took them less than a minute to do so.
So, yeah, it did. It took Centralia a lot longer to get down the field than Marion did. Now, Marion's got a chance the Marion defense got a chance to redeem themselves from that first drive. Let's see if they can slow down Archie Gowai and the Centralia offense this time.
First and 10 Centralia at the 35-yard line.
Expired.
We have a
delayed game.
The play clock expired. It's always interesting when it's the first play of a drive and they don't get it off in time. So I think they just lost consciousness of the play clock. So it's first down and 15 now. Hand off to Brown, who fights his way, trying to get back to the first down marker, to the yard marker, and they don't quite get back there. Now we still got, I think, about a second and 11.
Yeah, just shy of that, getting back to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like they're going to Brown early on in these drives for Centralia, trying to establish that ground game early to allow Archie to have more success.
Yeah, so far, Marion's done pretty well with it.
Second down and 11. Second and 11 now. Eli looking to his left now
over the middle. It was there, but he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, nice break there for the Wildcat defense. I mean, he was about as free as it gets right there in the middle of the field. And it looked like Archie's got plenty of time there in the pocket on that play, too.
Cruz Jackson couldn't hold on to that one for the Orphans. Expect them to go to the air again here at 3rd and 11.
This would be a big play if the Wildcats can limit them and force the punt after scoring so quickly.
Absolutely. Oh, it's a draw play, and it works. There's Mike Brown that time taking advantage of Marion's assumption that ball was going in the air and crossed him up with a draw play. Got just enough yards for Centralia first down approaching midfield.
It was good timing by the Orphan. The defense fall back just a step, like you said, looking for that pass play, and then he had room to run once he got towards the outside.
Yeah, well executed play, and obviously a good call. Archie Gowai still with Brown right there with him. And he hands off again, and Brown is able to get a couple, was hit initially, still managed to get a yard or two. Yeah, so Centralia is not getting a lot of yards on their first down plays. Matter of fact, sometimes they're going backwards, but they're getting the yardage when they need it to keep these drives alive. 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9, just shy of midfield for the Centralia offense.
The snap to Gulai. He throws it to the left side.
And
a nice tackle there by Broomfield. Looked like Centralia was about to be streaking for the end zone there on that quick screen out route there that they had. Centralia making the big plays when they need to.
Couldn't tell who that was. Could you, Gage?
I didn't see him on that one.
Couldn't see his number. Nice play, though. Nice run after the catch.
He was a blur once he got that ball, wasn't he?
So once again, here's Centralia in Marion territory, threatening to score. He's got a man wide open over the middle, and he's trying to fight his way to the end zone. Marion pulls him down to 1.
Zayden McLean again for Centralia. He's having himself a nice game early on.
I just came back to the ball, and it's another big
So Gowai is poised back there, and he's getting some time to work. He can move around in the pocket. He can sprint out, and he's finding his receivers, giving his receivers a chance to get open, and sometimes they're wide open.
Oh, yeah, Centralia's offensive line giving him plenty of time back there. Marion going to need to find a way to put some pressure on him to make him try to make some quicker decisions.
Hand off to Brown. Brown is in. Boy, I tell you what. Are we shaping up to have a shootout tonight? 2 drives for Centralia, 2 scores, and they retake the lead, 13-7. 4:38 left here in this first quarter.
And Centralia's given themselves a pretty good pace to their offense so far. Both of their drives taking about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Not looking to rush anything, just making the right play and getting it when they need it.
Taylor with the kick, and it's good. So it's Marion's offense turn to see if they can answer once again. We'll be back with more from Centralia right after this.
Curious what's been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Oasis Grand Re-Unclosing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more You don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
We're back here in Centralia, where Centralia has an early lead, up 2-1 over Marian in the first quarter. We're going to give you some of the information we didn't have time to give you in the pregame, including a look at Centralia's season so far. They're 4-1 overall, 1-0 in South 7 play with a win over Carbondale last week. They opened the season winning 42-0 at Salem. They hosted Collinsville week 2, won 29-8. Their only loss was 45-21 to Waterloo. There's the kick, another short kick for Centralia. So Marion will start off with decent field position again. They, like everybody else, wiped out Granite City 42-6 in week 4. And then Carbondale last week, 35-23 at Carbondale. Marion tonight. So Marion hasn't played Carbondale yet. Marion did thump Granite City even worse than Centralia did. Not a lot to go on there as far as matchups go, but obviously a good one is shaping up here. Pretty offense heavy so far. There's Blake Winters. Shoot. Little misdirection play there. Blake Winters picked up 8 yards.
He took a grown man hit right there from Will Stanton, too.
And to his credit, popped right back up.
But a nice play right there. Sent the receiver across, and a nice quick short toss under to Winters. Able to get a nice gain right there to start the drive.
2nd and short. Roper's going to go to the air. He's got Atkins. No. Ball didn't catch up with Sam. Sam had a step on his defender, but ball just wasn't there.
Yeah, just underthrown. A rare mishap for Roper on the deep balls. But I'll be interested to see how much Marion goes to that tonight. Atkins and Thomas a lot of times are deep threats, but Centralia's got some athletes that are going to be able to try to keep up with them in those one-on-one coverages.
Now 3rd and 3. Roper got Junius Thomas, but he overthrows him, and Centralia picks him off. That is Kenny Bratton on the defensive end for Centralia. He's one of their top receivers. He's also one of their top defenders. Picks it off in the Centralia secondary.
Yeah, that was a matter of Roper trying to squeeze one in a tight window. Felt the pocket kind of closing in, was trying to find Thomas right there in the middle, but after that ball was tipped up in the air, it was enough time for Bratton to snag it. Yeah, now making his presence known on both sides of the field.
Well, actually, and let me correct that. That is Bratton, but it's Kyverick Bratton, not Kenny Bratton. Number 9 made that play. So nice job. Now the defense really does need to make a stand, and this is not a good start to this. Looks like he stepped out of bounds, but not before Mike Brown got a huge gain for Centralia, puts him right back in scoring position at the 20-yard line for Marion.
Yeah, about a 50-yard run there for Brown, and man, has he had a game out of the backfield for them to start this one.
So now it feels like Marion's defense is on their heels. They had to get back out there quickly and weren't quite ready for that play. That's a handoff to Will Stanton. Got a yard or two. So this would be a huge stop for Marion if they were able to, at this point, stop what looks inevitable, and that is Centralia's driving down for another score. So let's see if Marion can put a stop to that right here. Second and about 8. Go wide. Oh, there's an opportunity. Almost picked off by Marion, but good defense by the secondary.
Yeah, it looked like it was Caden Jacobs, I think, was able to get a hand on that ball. Almost allowed Thomas to get it, but when you catch head-to-head with Centralia's chest, it's a little bit hard to squeeze that one.
Nice play, though. Third and 8. Yeah, that's right. The ball was tipped at the line and gave Marion an opportunity, but another defensive stop here. Let's see what Centralia would do, but let's see if we can force fourth down. Defender gets open again. He's got a path to the end zone. He finds it again. That's Kenny Bratton. That's Kenny Bratton scoring that time on defense and on Centralia's offense, and Centralia now moves ahead by 2 scores, up 20-7, with a chance to stretch this out to 14 with another extra point here. So Centralia up 21-7 with still 3 minutes left in this first quarter. That's enough time for Marion to try to get back on the board. It still feels like we're just getting started here, and it feels like Marion needs to do something and give their defense a little time on the sidelines and stretch out a little bit of a drive here and score. Let's see what happens after this break.
The teachers are really good, they're understanding.
All of our faculty here teach from experience.
I love it. It's so hands-on. They want to see us succeed.
There's so many options, so many things they can choose from.
I wasn't just another statistic out there.
My advisors and my professors have been very helpful.
I've felt completely at home from the first day.
Everyone has been so welcoming and helpful and encouraging. It's made it really easy. So I would for sure recommend John A.
It's Wildcat Gameday from Centralia, where Marion and Centralia are playing their last ever South 7 matchup as Centralia prepares to leave the conference next year. There's a little bit longer kick for Centralia this time. They have already kicked it 3 times during this first quarter after scores and lead 21-7. We've had a lot of big plays on Centralia's part. We've had a couple of untimely penalties by the Marion defense, and an interception thrown by Marion. Also a nice touchdown run by Junius Thomas. You've missed a lot if you're just now tuning in, but there's probably plenty more to see. So stay here with us. Bill Swinford and for Riley Swinford this week. Gage Johnson alongside Ross Swinford at the controls. Winters up the middle, nice carry. Takes Centralia defenders with him after about a 6-yard game.
Yeah, nice run, dragging some defenders there to get some extra yards. The Wildcats really need to respond on this drive to kind of keep things going their way.
Quickly back to Winters. He tries to find an angle around the right end, angling for that first down marker. Not sure he quite made it, but there's a flag flying, and we'll see. Maybe we had a late hit.
Looks like we had some jawing on that side after he got to that sideline.
Yeah, it's the Marion sideline, so not sure what went on over there.
Pushed out of bounds, I should say, right near the first down marker. A couple of seconds after Winters went out of bounds. Flag flew high into the air. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Centralia.
Yeah, that is against Centralia. So, okay, that's going to be the first big penalty to go Marion's way. And that's going to take us past midfield and give Marion a first down at Centralia's 45. So that's what's happened to the Marion defense a couple times. This time Centralia's defense gets in a little trouble, and maybe Marion can take advantage of it the same way Centralia has.
Yeah, nice break right there, and a good job of Marion staying calm, right? And a rough start like this is going to need to keep a calm head to try and claw back into this one.
There's Sam Atkins on the left side and takes one in for a nice gain on first down.
Which is going to be good enough for a first down.
It's another first down and goes for 10. And
that's his first action of the night, Bill.
Yeah.
Not a bad option to get your first catch for a first Southern Bank first down to start this one.
Roper had a hard time getting that one off. I think his arm kind of got hit a little bit as he was trying to get that one away.
Yeah, Winters was trying to get out of his way, just wasn't able to, and Roper tried to force it over top, just wasn't able to get it there.
So 2nd and 10 here at the Centralia 34, sorry.
And Marion's going to have some plays like that throughout this night. It's Centralia, solid defense, but it's going to be that next play mentality they're going to have, especially finding themselves down early again for the 3rd week in a row.
There's Winters. He's got a little room to work with and makes a good pickup.
And that'll move the chains for another first Southern Bank first down right there. Or no, they're going to mark it short?
Well, no, now they are going to move it.
Keeping us all on our toes.
They flipped it to 3rd down and moved the chains at the same time. So it is a first down. First Southern Bank first down as the Wildcats are on the move. Let's keep moving toward that goal line. Atkins has got a chance for it. He went up and got it, and he's into the end zone. That's a touchdown. No flags, and Marion has scored. The Roper to Atkins connection just when we needed it, as Centralia was off to such a big early lead, but now we're tightening it up, and Marion is pulled within 21-13, and Sam will have a chance to draw us 1 point closer here.
Yeah, great job by the Wildcat offense. They've done a good job of mixing plays on this drive. Got that one-on-one on that side with Sam Atkins like we've seen so much this year, and had just enough room to allow Sam to go up and get that one and bring it in for the touchdown.
And he really can go up and get those, and that's nice to see. And here he goes, scoring again. So he gets all the points on that trip down. That's an Anderson Boys Trash extra point. Nice job by Sam Atkins on both the touchdown and the extra point as Marion draws within 7. We'll be back with more right after this.
No matter the length of your journey, come discover the savings during the Columbus Day sale at Anderson's Family of Stores, where we've got savings of up to 25% off store-wide on thousands of items in stock and ready for immediate delivery, or receive up to 5 years no interest. And we provide same-day delivery on most mattresses, up to 25% off store-wide or 5 years interest-free financing at our Columbus Day sale, only at Anderson's Family of Stores.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
Back here. Hey, we're back here at Centralia, where the Wildcats have tightened this one up. Boy, we've had already 5 scores for 5 touchdowns in the first quarter, and we still got 2 minutes left in this thing. A lot of action. If you're just now tuning in, I expect you'll have more to see. So just stay here with us as Marian has pulled within. Centralia gone up 21-7. Marian on a Sam Atkins reception for a touchdown, an extra point. Just scored. Centralia's got a nice kickoff return going. Marian's going to have somebody's going to have to stop him, and they do, but not before the Centralia returner brings it past midfield. And I think that might have been Connor Tanner on the return.
Yeah, nice return by Centralia, giving themselves pretty good field position to start the drive. Like you said, this has been an action-packed game to start so far, and the Marian defense needs a big stop here on this drive to kind of swing things back their way. And I guess the bright side of having the last few weeks being down early is you've been here before.
Yeah.
So Marian has some experience in this, and they'll have to find a way to claw back into this one once again this week.
Yeah, right. It's on the defense right now to show they can stop the Orphans on a drive. And so far, Brown, the running back here, has done a nice job, but not this time.
And I got to say, Bill, it's that Orphans O-line that has really done the true brunt of the damage, allowing them to make so many plays. Right there on that run, sure, it's a few yards, but they're moving in unison like a huge wall, and it's really hard for the Wildcats to break through and get a play with the Centralia athleticism having room to run.
Yeah, good size, and they move well. That was Junius Thomas stopping that run from going any longer than 2 yards. Brown going the other way, and again finds another hole, and he's looks like he might have picked up another first down.
And we're not even through the first quarter, and he's slowly creeping up on 100 yards rushing after that big gain earlier.
Absolutely. But he gets a break, which means maybe the defense will get a break here for a second as he goes to the sideline. He's not a big back at all. Small. Let's see how tall is he? How small is he?
The refs say that the spot is so close they're going to have to measure.
5'8", 150. Man, he's moving back there.
Hey, it looks even smaller than that to me.
Are we measuring it right now?
We sure are. We've got a measurement, folks.
That second down extra yard. I guess. So a 3rd and 1 now for the Orphans. Chance for the Wildcats to maybe halt a drive that started at the 50.
They were not very far apart. Will be in the shotgun on 3rd down.
They really don't have a back that they just hand off to going straight over the top. Instead, they always got to get a running start in the backfield, and yet Stanton was able to pick up that first down, picked up a couple of yards.
And with speed like that they've both got, I can't blame them.
Yeah.
It's going to be up to the Marian defense to kind of make some adjustments and find a way to keep them from getting to those gaps on the outside.
Yeah, again, Centralia, a lot of credit to the offensive play calling, because they are keeping Marian on the toes. The way they line up, quarterback is deep every time, and a lot of slants over the middle. That's something that you don't see a lot of from the Marian offense, but they are utilizing a lot of different weapons, including that is Cruz Jackson. Cruz Jackson had a nice reception there, and 2nd and 4.
But it looks like they're going to let this one run out, Bill. They've taken plenty of time off the clock tonight, and they're going to continue to do so to end this quarter.
And that's fine. We had plenty of action for that first quarter. Let's move on to the second. Wildcat Game Day here in Centralia. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with more of the South 7 matchup between the Wildcats and the Orphans right after this.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
At The Hub, we're not just a fitness center. We're a community powered by people who care. Our dedicated staff will guide you every step of the way on our world-class fitness floor. Dive into fun in our aquatic center. And with our fitness and aquatics classes, there's something for everyone. Join us for family events that bring our community closer. We're people-powered and we are here for you, creating a fitness experience that feels like family. Join us today at The Hub, where health and happiness meet.
We're back in Centralia where Wildcat Game Day has moved into the second quarter as Marion's trying to stay with Centralia. Centralia's on the march again. They're in Marion's territory again, second and a few yards. Brown, who's had, we believe, close to 100 yards already tonight, fighting for another first down, but there is a flag it came from behind the quarterback. Could be a hold. And Mike Brown came up a little hobbled there, so he's going to limp over the sidelines. And Centralia's going backwards. It's a 10-yard. Is that a hold? It was a hold.
I think so.
10-yard penalty.
A big break for the Wildcats right there to move them back right here. If they can get a couple of stops to finish off this drive, find themselves with a good chance to even this one up to start the quarter.
So, but second and 14, I believe.
So State is going to be back in the backfield now in the pistol. Who was right.
Archie go wide. He's going to go long. It's a similar pass that Atkins caught for a touchdown. Centralia does their own version of it and scores just like that. Cruz Jackson from Archie go wide, and Centralia has scored again. Boy, Marion is yet to stop that train as it goes down the field, and we are at 28 points, or 27, going on 28 points from Centralia, still with 11:34 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, Centralia's got a lot of threats. They've been able to spread the ball around to a number of guys. This time, Jackson getting in on the action. Tall wide receiver that was able to go up and get that ball. And the Orphans' pass attack has really hit the middle of the field a lot. Some changes definitely going to be needed from the Wildcats defense if they've kind of missed some similar spots that the Orphans are going for on the offensive side.
So now they're going to have to back it up. We've seen their extra points.
Yeah, Marion's offense has played well. Had some moments. Did have an interception, but at this pace, we got to keep pace and hope that the defense can find a way to halt Centralia at least a few times. There's a fumbled snap. There's no point after for Centralia, and so they will settle for 27. And who knows? Maybe that'll mean something here if Marion can get another score and get a chance to catch up before halftime. We still got 11 minutes and 34 seconds before half. Let's watch another commercial from our sponsors right after this.
Welcome to Wit Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
We're back here at Centralia, where Centralia has just keeps scoring, just keeps driving the field and scoring touchdowns. And Marian is getting another chance here with 11:34 left in the second quarter.
Well, in a heavyweight battle, you got to go blow for blow here. So the Wildcats are going to need to answer right back here, I'd imagine, at the pace that this game is going. Putting a lot of pressure on the offense, but I'd got to think, like we talked a bit about off air, if you're the Marian offense, I think you want to take some time on this drive. It's nice to score right away, but, man, this defense has had a lot of time on the field so far early on in this one.
The important thing is to score, because if we can't get on the board here, it starts making you a little nervous, because Centralia has yet to be stopped. So let's find a way to get down the field. But yeah, it'd be nice to. Yeah, let's start with Marcus Hazel. We haven't seen much of Marcus tonight, and he does a nice run all the way down to the 43, 8-yard run. And Marcus again trying to maybe gets another one, but there's a flag flying. Might be a horse collar tackle or something. May have been what I saw.
Between the numbers on the collar, and that's going to come up right. You got first down, a medicine shop pharmacy first down.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle is the call.
So we got there's a Centralia penalty that'll give us yardage, good yardage going into Centralia's territory. Gosh, that's a big penalty.
I think there might have been a face mask on top of it.
I see.
But, I mean, nonetheless, interesting to not see Hazel up until this point. One of our Legence players to bank on in the pregame show, and he showed right there why. 2 snaps, and he's got a first down along with the penalty.
There we go. That's mixing it up a little bit.
Winters this time getting his first catch, I think, of the night. Done most of his work out of the backfield tonight for the Wildcats.
So some good play calling, and penalty has got Marian down at Centralia's 34-yard line.
2 guys in the backfield now, both Hazel and Winters. Is going to be given to Hazel.
And there goes Hazel again.
4, as he's been bottled up shy of the first down.
You know, one point made is if we were trying to give our defense a blow, we could huddle up and use a little time, at least keep Centralia's offense off the field and our defense. But,
absolutely, especially if Hazel's going to be able to run through the line like this.
He stumbles and falls, and it's lost.
Tough break.
Yeah, and there's sometimes you think, you know, I like an up-tempo offense. I like the no-huddle offense, but there's sometimes you think your players need a little blow between plays.
Yeah, now
that looked a little bit just like a tired stumble to me, but
tough break there. Had the first down and just stumbled. Now need a big play right here to get a 4th down conversion.
Big play here is Callahan looking for his receiver. Not picked off, but also will be a turnover on downs. And Centralia's offense is back, and so Marion's defense is coming back out.
Turnover on downs.
And once again, the Marian defense has got to try to do what so far has been not possible for them, and that is to stop the Centralia Orphan juggernaut of an offense.
Yeah, and another short drive putting the Marian defense back out there. Man, got to think that the Wildcats could get some tired legs pretty quick at the pace that this is going if they don't find a way to get some quick stops.
You do have a few of these guys that are playing both ways as well, but most of the defenders are getting an opportunity to rest. They're just not getting it.
Cuts back to the right side. After starting out left.
Nice run by Centralia. Is he still going? He's out of bounds.
It's going to be a long game about.
But not for another first down. And if there's one thing that the Orphans can do, it's hand the ball off the ground and let him run. And he's continuing to, time and time again, give himself plenty of yards after the carry.
So again in the Marian territory. You got a penalty? A hold against Centralia. So that was a hold downfield, and so therefore it's after the result. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay.
And so they'll find themselves halfway to the first down. A little bit of a break from Marion, but they still got 3 more plays to get them to stop.
First down, it's going to be a fake
fake it around. Bellwide's got his receiver, and the receiver's got the ball, and the receiver and the ball have a touchdown.
Yeah, all eyes were on the backfield right there with both guys being in that play action. And they found Bratton downfield at this second touchdown grab, and just like that was a 59-yarder to put Centralia up big here early.
Kenny Bratton, once again, he's their top receiver and shows why there. He reached out there, snagged that, found his way to the end zone again.
That's 2 touchdowns for Bratton on the night. His first one an 18-yard, that one 59 yards. So you got Brown already eclipsing that 100 yards rushing, and Bratton's knocking on the door for that and receiving. So Centralia is just clicking on all cylinders right now.
And this time they hit the extra point. So all of a sudden, Marion was trading Centralia touchdowns there for a little while in the first quarter. Now Centralia is threatening early to run away with it. 34-14, still 9 minutes left in this first half. We'll be back with more after this.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the Print Shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the Print Shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
There we go.
We're back here at Centralia. Boy, Marion down early, 34-14. Centralia has just been very impressive on the offensive end, and Marion's had a couple scores themselves, but has not yet stopped Centralia from going downfield, sometimes seemingly with ease and scoring. It's a touchback. Marion will get a chance to start from its own 25 and see if we can at least try to keep a little bit of pace here until the defense figures out how to stop this orphan juggernaut.
Yeah, important for Marion to answer back on a big Centralia run right now. But if you're the Wildcats also, you got to remember to hit some singles here. You don't want to get your eyes too big on that lead and start taking some shots that could backfire in the end. So going to be interesting to see how Marion goes about scheming this drive.
All right, so the ball's placed on the 20. I'm trying to figure out. All right, that's where Marion will start on the 20, on its own 20, as Callahan Roper goes to work. Rolls out to his left, finds Junius Thomas. Yeah, there's been good movement by the offense, nice play calling, and a lot of positive yardage, a couple of touchdowns. Usually at this point you would say Marion's playing well, but the defense has just not been able to stop Centralia. So the offense is going to have to go above and beyond. And there's a nice play as a reception by Hoffman gives Marion a first down.
Yeah, nice snag. Way to catch that up in the air and keep his feet in bounds. Able to get that first SouthernTrust Bank first down for the Wildcats.
Roper going long. He's got Hoffman. Hoffman's got it. He stays in bounds. He's going to score. Looky there.
Logan Hoffman scores.
Wow.
I think that's what they call tap dancing right there, Bill.
That's nice footwork. That's nice body control, and that's a nice touchdown for Logan Hoffman. Good for him.
A 67-yard grab right there, and that's the type of answer Marion's going to have if they can't slow down the Centralia offense.
It's a big moment for the senior. Probably the longest touchdown reception, certainly, of his varsity career, and it could prove to be very crucial if Marion's going to stay in this game. So that looks a little better on the scoreboard as Marion has a chance to. Let's see. Looks like they'll go for 2.
Offense on the field, 2-point conversion attempt, down by 14 points. Callahan's going to give it to Hazel right up the middle.
Hazel's going to try to punch it in. We got a flag.
They're going to say one down. They're going to say face mask against Centralia. So no good. But now Marion is
so they're going to face mask Centralia. They're going to move it a step closer and give Marion another chance to punch it in for 2 here.
The official call, but I saw the ref signal it in. So 34-20 is our score. Marion is going to try and get it to 34-22. It is a face mask. If you ran it from 3 yards out,
Have to imagine after that face mask moving them a little bit forward now that we're probably going to see another quick handoff from the Wildcats. Going to need the line to hold strong so they can push through here. Oh, we got Broomfield too, so we know what that means.
Ball on the 1 yard line. Yeah, Broomfield typically will take the snap and take it himself.
this 2-point conversion. It's going to be a fake. He's going to take it.
And not this time.
No good.
So every point, 2 points, it's going to be important in this one, so that's a shame. But still, 34-20. We got a 2-score game here, and the defense has a chance once again to come out and show they can stop these orphans. We'll see if they can do it this time here with 8:46 left in the second quarter. We'll be back after this.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
We're back at Centralia at Evers Field, where Marion Wildcats just punched it in again, and 3 touchdowns in the first quarter for Marion would be very impressive in the first half for Marion, with 8:46 left in the second quarter, except for the fact that the Wildcats have given up several more to Centralia and are still down 14. So time for the defense to step up and stop the Orphans. It would be the first time they've been able to keep them out of the end zone. If they do, and let's hope that that the momentum turns with this series.
Gets a run up. It's going to be a line drive. It bounces at the 20, but goes towards the sideline. Bratton's going to have to run back, pick it up at the 11. Cuts it back upfield. He's still got the right sideline.
If he gets through that middle, he's got room. Nice job of some defenders coming back to snag him. Oh, he's still going. Man, I mean, Kenny Bratton is a man amongst boys right now.
That was an impressive return. Now, Max Wade kicked that instead of Sam Adkins, so I'm not sure what that indicates. And it was not Max Wade's fault that Detroit got a good return.
No, I mean, kicked it to the sideline. Kenny had to go all the way back to about the 10 to pick it up and then turn around and still run and managed to find himself all the way at the other side of the 50. I mean, he's just having himself a game leading the Orphans offense.
And once again, Marion is having to start a drive with Centralia already in their territory. Not going to make it any easier. Go by, fakes the pass, but hands off to Brown.
Defensive line
Nice play by the defense there as they wrap him up.
Yeah, those are the type of stops they're going to need to string together. They've been able to get some stops kind of early on in Centralia's drives, but they haven't been able to just finish them off. So being able to keep him short for a loss on one right there, now you got to string together 2 more just like it.
Yeah, that's just it. Centralia's had a ton of second and long situations, and it still seems like they do what they want to do when they want to do it. It's almost like the first down play is just kind of lulling you to sleep. Archie-Go-Wai is
Throws on the run, and Blake Winters almost
had a receiver over the middle, he thought, but that was almost picked off by Blake Winters. And that would have been huge.
Man, I thought he was going to take off there for a second when he came out of the pocket like that.
Yeah, I did too.
Threw a bullet that Winters almost snagged. Would have been a huge break, but now Marian's got one more play to try to see if they can force Centralia to punt for the first time tonight.
Still a good opportunity here for the Wildcats.
3rd and 11.
One play here, one stop here would be huge.
Down lineman. Do I have to step up a little bit, a little pressure, force the errant pass? It's going to be a run on 3rd down and long. Mike Brown.
There it is. There it is. They wrapped him up for little to no gain. Brown couldn't go anywhere that time.
That's definitely the first time tonight that the Wildcats have been able to make Brown lose yards on consecutive carries. That is an absolutely huge answer by the Wildcats.
And it appears that Australia is running its punt unit out. So that's a nice accomplishment by the defense that hopefully they can build on, add some confidence to that. Maybe Marion's offense can come in and get another score before we have to go to the locker room at half, and all of a sudden we got a ball game again.
Yep, Hoffman back to receive for the first time tonight.
Hoffman's already had a nice long reception run. Let's see what he can do. He's going to stay away from it. And that ball is just going to be really mean to Marion there. Made it really easy for Centralia just to down that ball at the inside the 1 yard.
I mean, you want to talk about things going your way. You punt for the first time, and right there you down it on the 1. I mean,
yeah,
what a tough spot for Marion right there.
Nicely landed on its sides and just gently rolled down to exactly where they needed to be. We'll stay right here as Marion's ready to crank up their offense and see if they can dig out of this hole. Now the Marion offense has not been effective tonight, and even deep in this hole here with Callahan Roper quarterback, you feel like we could make some hay here. There's a handoff to Hazel, trying to stay out of the end zone. Forward progress, that will not be a safety, but I'm not sure he progressed much further than the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if anything, he got maybe a yard, but like you said, Wildcats in a tough spot. Going to need to find a way to get themselves out of this area and try to get a first down so they have some room to operate.
So this is when you're grateful that you have a seasoned quarterback who keeps his head about him. And let's see what Callahan can do here in this spot. He fakes the handoff this time, stands in, lets one loose. That's a little Hoffman had stopped, and Callahan just kind of threw it out there. Thankfully, he threw it out there far enough. Centralia had no chance to get to it.
Yeah, and I honestly don't hate the idea by Hoffman to stop. He knew he didn't have his defender beat.
Yeah.
It looked like that was the one read that Roper had in mind, and once he didn't have him, he wasn't looking anywhere else.
Yeah. Marion's going to take a timeout, it appears. So we'll go ahead and take a break and come back and see what Marion does on this third down situation right after this.
Hi, I'm Joni, director at Binkley-Ross Funeral Homes. When you're faced with loss, it's comforting to know that someone who understands your pain is here to help. That's why I brought Blue and Mitchell Hughes Funeral Homes back under local ownership alongside Binkley-Ross Funeral Home. We've been serving Marion and Williamson County families with compassion and care for years, and we know how important it is to feel supported in your time of need. If you have questions or concerns about your previous arrangements, we're here to support you with understanding and kindness. You can always rely on us for honesty, respect, and care you deserve. Marion is not only my home, Marion is my heart.
Hey, we're back here. So Marion's got 3rd and 10 from their 1, as they really would like to try to keep a drive alive here, keep the ball here in the second quarter, keep it out of Centralia's hands. Centralia has scored a lot of points here, but the Marion defense did stand up to them. Unfortunately, a punt, nice punt by Centralia landed at the 1-yard line. There's another pass that doesn't find the receiver. So this is going to be interesting because Callahan will have to punt it out of the end zone.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. He's not going to have a lot of room to roam right here. And I would imagine Centralia is going to send the house at him.
Yeah, and luckily Callahan usually is only about.
But he.
Not the usual 15-yard line scrimmage.
See, yeah,
they're lined up like they're not going to punt.
He's going to drop. And,
okay, there we go.
He doesn't have very far to drop, but he can get off quickly too. That's a nice job. That's a nice job. Let's see if that ball will roll. Doesn't roll like. Of course, it rolled for Centralia. Boy, they got that ball. They got that ball rigged. I think it's always bouncing Centralia's way. But I mean, Marion's defense has started drives almost in this situation before. So Marion's defense will have to do it again. Let's see if 2 straight drives the defense can stand against the offense. We'll go ahead and stay. Now let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
We're back at Centralia, where Marion's got to try to stop Centralia again. Centralia declined the hold that Marion had on that punt as Marion was punting out of their own end zone. They liked where that ball landed right here at the 35-yard line. And Marion's field position. Nice play by the defense. All of a sudden, the defense is getting very stingy on these running plays. And there is a name we haven't called yet tonight, but somebody that's having a great season so far. That's Caden Jacobs, a 6'4", 195 junior defensive lineman who had a lot of tackles and got those long arms that are hard to get around. And now Centralia had their own penalty, and Marion declined that, so that we are now 2nd and 15.
Yeah, big stop. Was able to bring down Stanton. Last few possessions for the run game for the Orphans hasn't been successful. It's a nice adjustment here by the Wildcats. We'll see if they can keep that going.
That'd be nice if they figured something out there. Kawhi has his receiver, and nice job. Nice tackle that time.
A nice tackle by Winters right there, grabbing by the shoes. Makes it to a 3rd and looks about 9 for the Orphans. Another potential big stop if the Wildcats could make that turnover or that punt not be as big of a mark against them right here.
They have to have two stops here to stop this drive, but they're getting good penetration. He got it. Boy, Archie got that one away and found his receiver, and it was caught.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Guwe is impressive, man. That's the first time he's seen a lot of pressure from the Wildcats. It was about seconds away from being sacked by a number of guys, but still they found his guy up the middle and moved the chains for Centralia again. Another huge 3rd down conversion. Not too many of those that Centralia hasn't had tonight.
Guwe is, again, just a sophomore. Does a nice job running this offense. Stanton finds a little room, and Centralia is on the march toward the end zone again. Really need to try to keep him out this time. 34-20. 4:26 here left in this first half.
second down
Still,
and
so
7.
clock, not a huge factor
Brown
right
is
now.
back in.
The 2 possessions Centralia lead is certainly a pressing issue.
Punt play. After the play before the punt.
He's going to drop back to throw.
Uwai has got his receiver again, and he's got that out of bounds at about the 6-yard line.
Stayed calm, got it out to the sideline. First and goal coming up for the Orphans.
Centralia is starting to get some steam going again. That time hitting Gibson, who had a touchdown early on in this game. Marian in a tough spot here, needing to find a way to keep the Orphans out of the end zone.
Come from further out. He's going to move Mike Brown to his left now. Ball's on the left hash. Takes the snap. It's going to be a fake. They're looking for Bratton towards the
No penalty there.
At the line of scrimmage.
And the ball was hit at the line of scrimmage as it came out of Uwai's hands. So second down and goal from the 7.
He's going for Bratton. He's already got his 8 touchdowns. He's done some stuff. Uwai's in the shotgun. Now he's got Brown on his right.
Uwai takes the snap.
Uwai's got Okay, so the secondary's done a nice job in these last 2 plays.
Yeah, honestly surprised to see Centralia go for back-to-back pass plays this far from the end zone. But Marian, a nice job, and now in a big spot if they can get one more stop here.
Yeah, they've kind of gotten away from handing that off to Brown. Brown's in there right now. But he hasn't run in a while. He's coming right back out right now.
Substitutions coming
20 seconds on the play clock.
Third and goal from the 7.
Yeah, 3 out to the right. Wouldn't be shocked if you see a screen pass here. They're sending another receiver that way, and there it is.
There it is. Nice call, Gage. And that worked for him.
Who else other than Kenny Bratton again for Centralia? His 3rd receiving touchdown of the night as Centralia finds himself back up big again.
So that stretches it out to 20 points, 40 to 20. Centralia having put 40 points on the scoreboard against the Wildcats here in this first half. And we've still got almost 4 minutes remaining. And the kick makes it 41. So a 3-score game for Marian to overcome at this point. But they'll get another chance here on offense, and we'll see if they can tighten it up again before halftime. We'll be back after this.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
We're back here at Evers Field. Centralia finding themselves up big right here, 41-20. Another long drive for the Wildcats. Centralia seems to be averaging about 3 or 4 minutes per drive. Really been in control of most of this game when it comes to time of possession and the lead. So Marian still playing decent on offense, but finding themselves climbing up a hill as it looks like number 13, Andre Jones, will be back to get this one, and he is not able to get anywhere. Sits himself at the 21-yard line to start this one for the Wildcats.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it certainly looks like Centralia's night so far. When you see see the energy, and even just the breaks are going Centralia's way, like that punt that rolled right down to the 1 yard line, put Marion in a kind of hopeless situation, and set up Centralia for its next score. Marion's got to do something to create its own luck here, and change this momentum. They still got time to give him something to be happy about going into the locker room.
Oh my!
Nice job by Winters, both snagging that ball and
thought he was doing hurdles there for a second.
Hurdling for an extra yard. We got a hold on the Wildcats.
Yeah, might be unlucky there a bit. Looked like he was going to roll out to his left, threw across his body to get Winters, but when you're trying to let a play like that develop, holdings are liable to happen, and it does right there. Tough spot for the Wildcats to back them up even further to start this drive.
Penalty occurred. They're going to back up and spot Marion. Oh boy, they're still going back.
And as much as you want to score right now if you're Marion, you also, I would imagine, don't want to give Centralia the ball again before halftime, really. And they're in a rough spot in order to, they're going to need some big plays to keep the clock going in their favor.
Roll out to his left. A couple of guys going towards the sideline. He's going to loft it up towards Judy. It's going to be incomplete. Second down and 20.
Incomplete by Roper that time. Second and 20.
Separation. Second down and very long coming up.
Yeah, I wondered if Callahan had passed the line of scrimmage. He almost had me convinced he was going to try to run it.
Yeah, and he's come close on a couple of those this year. He likes to get just outside the pocket and try to make a throw on the run, but in that situation, especially when you don't have much of a target there on the sideline with such a tight window, you'd almost rather slide, maybe take a yard or two there. But instead, we hit the penalty, and now you're finding yourself back in a similar spot you did a drive ago, not far from the end zone.
Second down and about 24 yards now. They need to get to the 32.
Second and 25.
Callahan's going to be in the shotgun. He drops back to pass around his goal line. He now steps up, has lots of time, throws it towards Judy, who didn't even see it.
Oh, man.
And it's going to fall
Might have had a chance to make a snag there, Bill, but I don't think Junius ever saw the ball coming his way.
Yeah, and thankfully, I'm not sure the orphans could see it either, because it was kind of up for grabs there for a second. There are a lot of orphans back there around the ball too, but must have got up in the lights just right or something that was hard to see. But third and long, it's going to take another long try here or something.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a big one right here, because, I mean, if you don't convert, Marion's looking at a drive that's been less than a minute. Haven't even cracked barely 40 seconds, I think, yet at this point. And you're going to give Centralia a pretty good field position if you can't convert.
Well, there's a screen pass. Got Hazel out on the left side. Doesn't amount to much. So Callahan's going to have to punt it away again.
got out of bounds, which means the clock stops at 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
Yeah, the Wildcats did huddle up on that drive to try to take some time off the clock, but we still got over 3 minutes left as they get ready to punt it away.
Centralia didn't send anybody back for receiving last time. They're not going to again. Callahan's going to take it towards the right sideline.
There's a decent roll, and it's close to midfield as Centralia takes over, and once again the defense is up against it.
4 seconds left, and penalties just getting behind the offense there. They never really had much of a chance to do a whole lot of anything.
A couple of referees are talking like here, side.
It looks like we might have a penalty in Centralia's favor too. White hat pointing that way.
Never saw a flag.
Maybe not, but either way, Centralia with good field position and plenty of time. That drive with Centralia having the ball back is exactly a minute from when they scored their last touchdown.
Well, this defense has got to be exhausted, but they've got to step up here, and
that's one way to do it right there.
Do that and do it again and do it
Group
again.
effort there, too. It looked like we had Jacobs and Henry all in on it. Cooper as well. They've done a nice job to stifle the ground game, I feel like, Bill, but through the air, Gouet continuing to kind of have his way.
47-yard line. Showing the hits. He comes off the edge. Gouet gets out quickly. Dimitri gets it. Has it in the right flat. Listeners able to bring him down.
His receivers are getting open, and he's never missing them, and their passing game is. He's got big receivers. He's got a lot of speed, and he's got an accurate arm.
That was Gibson right there. He's listed as a tight end at 6'5", 195. He's moving pretty well for a tight end.
That's absolutely.
And a defensive lineman also.
So when you got a defensive lineman that can get that open on offense, then Marion's got a problem. And there's a first down reception at minute 37. Clock will stop with a first down.
Minute 37 until they're able to reset the sticks. Still, so clock will not be an issue for them.
Looks like Centralia's still got 3 timeouts too.
Guys in his face.
He's got his receivers. Receivers got the ball. That's down to the 5.
A great play call by Centralia. Looks like they had a screen play coming. Everybody bid on that screen route. Left number 15. Cruz Jackson again wide open, and another big gain through the air for the Orphans.
Orphans are in the red zone again.
Yeah, so Archie Gouet, again, just a sophomore, 6'3", 185 pounds. What a future this young man has. He, like I said, he's a presence back there, makes good decisions, and extremely accurate.
Brown's going to step up, takes the snap, flag flies, as he's going to cut it up and get pushed out of bounds at the 5. There's a flag from the back judge. It's going to be a false start against Centralia.
False start against Centralia here will slow down the Orphans a little bit as they march toward another attempt to score. Under a minute now left in this first half. That would be great if Marion could somehow keep Centralia out of the end zone.
So 2 flags on the field. We know the first one's against Centralia. The second one, we'll see what happened at the end. The refs are talking it over.
Not really off the record, but off camera. In the last meeting.
Clock is stopped with 42 seconds left on the clock. In the second quarter, Centralia leads 41-20. Still not really much of an indication as to what version this penalty is against.
I think we're going backwards.
Centralia is going to be moving back. It would appear they're going to come get an explanation from the sideline.
I think we're looking at either a false start or a legal motion here for the Orphans. Only way we're moving back like that. But the White Hat talking it over with the coaching staff, so maybe we have some offsetting things here. We'll see.
Illegal shifts against Centralia, and then after the play, we have personal foul against Centralia.
So that adds up to a significant penalty.
Man, what a break for Marian right there.
Personal foul and the legal procedure. Is that what
Yep,
the
the
two
legal
were?
shift downfield and then the personal foul after. And instead of being within the 10-yard line, Centralia finds themselves back at about the 25 or so, 26. So a nice break for Marian. If they can get a couple stops here, sitting in a much better chance to maybe get a punt here as opposed to a couple plays ago.
Yeah, at least get them into a 4th down situation here and make them decide what to do. Right now we are still first down and a bunch.
I think Centralia's still got all their timeouts to play with, 42.6 to go in the quarter. Can't let up if you're Marian either, because there's a chance that Centralia could find themselves back there within a play or two.
The officials are still discussing the litany of penalties. Jason Dunning seems to be contesting something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would assume, I honestly was kind of intrigued about the false start. Would have thought that would have maybe stopped the clock and needed some time adjustment there, but nothing's happened there.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what the holdup is.
So it's going to be first down and goal from the 26.
Yeah, so it's essentially 1st and 26. It's 1st and goal. There's a screen that does not work for Centralia. So, little time went off, 39.9 seconds left here. 2nd down. Again, it would be very important for Marian to go into the locker room down not without being down any more than they already are. Go in there and recoup, and the way the offense has played tonight, you got to think that they believe if the defense can figure this offense out, they'll have a chance. But Guai does a little bit of everything, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, the first time we've seen him really break off for a run, but man, he's got some speed to him, doesn't he?
So now it's 3rd down from about the 12.
Yeah, but it looks like Centralia's called a timeout to kill the clock. Looking at a 3rd and goal situation now. Ball about on the 14. As we'll take a quick break here.
Your dream wedding gown awaits at Blush & Ivory Bridal, the most recommended bridal boutique in Southern Illinois. At Blush & Ivory, you won't be lost in the crowd. With every private appointment, the entire boutique is yours. Just you, your loved ones, and your personal stylist. Together, you'll discover a curated selection of gowns, veils, and accessories to create the bridal look you've always imagined. And say yes to the dress that brings out the bride in you. Schedule your private appointment today at Blush & Ivory Bridal, 307 North Market Street in Marion. Call 618-982-926.
We're back. It's 3rd and 12 as Marion's desperately trying to keep Centralia from scoring again before halftime. and Centralia just called a timeout. Now Coach Dunning's going to take a timeout, so we'll take another timeout here and show you another message from one of our fine sponsors.
I'm excited to represent Southern Illinois when playing basketball for SIU, and it's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to Banterra Bank also, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to be a customer. They support their communities, and with their mobile app, I can check my accounts, make payments, and more, all on my time. Plus, they offer a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics.
That was an easy win for me.
Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Hey folks, welcome back to Evers Field in Centralia as our first half is winding down after a ton of points here in the first half, most of them from Centralia. We are seeing if Marion can keep Centralia from scoring again here. It's a 3rd and 12 situation from the 12-yard line after Centralia is trying to overcome a couple of long penalties and get in the end zone again. Sophomore quarterback, Guai, who rolls right and can't find anybody. And boy, the clock just will not run.
Well, regardless, a great job of the Wildcats to be able to not let Guai keep that clock running a little bit. And, you know, able to keep it. If he would have been able to get to that outside, he would have had a lot of room to run with some blockers on that side.
True.
So keep him out of the end zone. You're at a 4th and goal spot at the 12. And by the looks of the kicking unit they've had tonight, I'd imagine they're probably going to go for it right here and try to put the Wildcats down some more going into the locker room. So big play coming up here for the blue and gold.
All right, so this is going to be all or nothing here for Centralia.
On this play. Fourth down and goal from the 13. 23 seconds on the clock.
And are they going to take another timeout?
Timeout, Centralia.
Well, they got them. They might as well use them. And as they're trying to put a kind of a death nail in before the half, we'll just stay right here this time.
Feels like this is a big play in the game. It's a 21-point play.
So if you are the coaching staff, Gage Johnson, and you're taking this, let's say Marion holds them here, going in down by 21. What are we telling our players at halftime?
I think it's just keeping the resolve about them. Marion has shown a lot of fight throughout a number of their games this season. They've found themselves behind multiple times, but have been able to come out on top. So you've got that experience there. It's just a matter of staying composed, taking that play-by-play mentality of sorts, and knowing that you're not going to erase a 20-plus point deficit in one or two plays. So they're going to need to take some time on offense, give the defense some breathers, and allow them to be able to respond and not have as much pressure on them for the offense. Kind of balance things out if you're the Wildcats.
I think you could point to the Mount Vernon game, and nobody thought Marion would be able to roll as easily over Mount Vernon, but in the same way that Centralia surprised Marion a little bit with the ease in this first half, Marion could do that to a team as well, a good team, a South 7 team. So let's see if we can keep it at 21 points right here. Here's the play that will determine that. And Marion,
the flag's coming right there. That's intentional grounding if I've ever seen one.
And that is a big play for the Marion defense, keeping Centralia from scoring again. It'll give their offense the ball. And we'll see if Marion decides to try to do something with it in 16 seconds. We know Callahan and his receivers have been known to hook up on some long passes. Let's see if they can make an effort to get that ball downfield quickly here with 16.57.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where they get field position. I think that'll be kind of what determines it.
So is that will be marked off from the line of scrimmage, I assume?
Yeah, we find ourselves at the 12 right now. I'm not sure at the high school level what the intentional grounding looks like, but Dunning wants to know. He's right up in there with the three refs trying to figure it out.
Either way, it's a loss. If the Wildcats want to have the football score,
So that was the first time that I saw Guai look a little bit like a sophomore.
One of the few times that he's seen a lot of pressure like that, I think, from the night.
A little bit of a panic there that time, but...
And I mean, if you're not used to getting hit back there, I think I could understand just a little bit why he might do that.
Well, and he buried himself in a pretty deep hole there, and so if he'd have been taken down, then Marion would be in great shape here, but the penalty itself will take it.
Does not result in any yardage loss. It's a spot foul in college, and it's a spot foul in the pros. But we got four refs.
The officials and all of us are trying to figure out what to do here.
But he thinks it should be. Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt it's Marion football.
So what we're hearing in the press box from others is that there may not be a yardage penalty here at all, just a loss of down, and Marion takes over. Well, now they're moving it.
Looks like Coach Gunning.
They're going way back.
Well, I mean, it definitely makes sense to me because if you're running backwards like that and you just chuck it out of bounds, it seems a bit unfair as to not get the the yardage. So, but now Marion's getting some big field position.
So it feels like from the spot of the foul.
It looks like Roper's might have a chance to air one out if they want to, but Centralia's already ready for it. You can see they've got some people sit back in a prevent defense if they do.
All right, this should be fun. Let's see what Marion offense does with 16 seconds left Wouldn't it be wonderful to somehow get on the board here at the end of the first half? Callahan turns and rolls out right. He's going to try to unleash what he better unleash it. No, he falls down. Is Marion going to take a timeout here?
If I'm Marian, I'm letting that thing run out. Interesting choice to roll out in sort of a play-action style there. Put himself back in a rough spot to try to launch it downfield. And the Wildcats got a hill to climb down 41-20 here at Evers Field. They're going to have a lot to talk about over the break to see if they can find a way back into this South 7 matchup.
Have a couple special things to share with you at halftime. First of which will be a time-lapse video to show you the growth of the new Tree of Life that they have that will greet you in the new Oasis Mall that is open to the public today and tomorrow, and a chance for you to come and see the new Oasis Superstores that are inside the former Illinois Center Mall. It's happened, folks, and we're going to show you what will await you when you get there. Look for that, and also we'll try to share some highlights from last week's game against Cahokia when we come back with our halftime after this.
Surgical and non-surgical management for musculoskeletal conditions. In fact, about 1 out of 10 patients I see in the clinic actually come to surgery. The other 9 out of 10 we can treat and manage non-surgically. I don't require referrals. Patients can come to see me straight away. My philosophy, again, is optimize non-surgical treatment before I perform surgery. Once I do surgery, unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist. My wife gives me a hassle. If I'm in the room and this picture on the wall is crooked, I will fix it, even in your house. I think part of that is the masonry background, because everything's got to be, again, plumb level and as close to perfect as you can achieve. You can shoot for perfection, accept excellence. That's my rule.
Hey y'all, it's me, Willie the Wildcat. I'm here to tell you about the official Wildcat Game Day shirts brought to you by Swinford Media Group. Whether you're cheering under the Friday night lights or packing the gym for basketball season, these shirts are the perfect way to show your Wildcat pride. Order yours now at swinfordmediagroup.com.
Welcome back to Centralia, where it's halftime, and it's our John A. Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show. Is Marian, who's got their hands full tonight, down 41-20 at halftime against the Orphans on the Orphans homecoming. And we've got some time here at halftime, just enough time hopefully to show you 2 videos. First video we're going to share with you is one that we've created at the new Oasis Mall, former Illinois Center Mall, as the Oasis Group and Black Diamond Harley-Davidson have converted it into a superstore of power sports and, of course, their Harley-Davidson dealership. But there's other stores coming within it, including their home stores moving into that location and the new entertainment center going in. There's just so much to see in there. But one of the things to see is the Tree of Life. And we got a time-lapse video that we've created over time as they've been building this Tree of Life. Feels like something right out of Disney, and I think you'll enjoy seeing this thing grow. So Ross Swinford put this together. We're going to share it with you for about the next 10 minutes it takes to see this thing grow and enjoy it. We'll be back with more after this.
And that was a time lapse from Ross showing the Tree of Life in the Illinois Center Mall that will be reopened before long. And as someone who remembers the mall of old, back when the food court was still there and everything before it had shut down, really cool to see things like that now happening once again in the Illinois Center Mall. So we're back as Centralia continues their halftime during homecoming. Their band performing right now. We're going to send it to some highlights from last week's game at home against Cahokia.
Hello and welcome to Week 5 of the high school football season. Alongside Gage Johnson, I'm Riley Swinford. Gage, it's hard to believe we're already at the midway point of the high school football season here tonight. The season is flying by.
Yeah, Riley, Week 5, meeting after tonight, just 4 games left. A win here tonight would put Marian at 4-1 and in great position to keep that going, at least 5 games left with a Week 10 in the playoffs. In order to do that, Marian is going to have to handle this part of their schedule, which has given them fits the past couple of seasons. Cahokia, Centralia, Collinsville, and Carbondale, the 4 C's in that order over the middle portion of this schedule. Probably counting last week with Althoff, the toughest portion of their schedule, and you can throw another tough game in there, Carterville. That was Marian's lone loss. But outside of that 1-point loss to open up the season that really could have been a win if a few things go the Wildcats' way, Marian appears up for the challenge. And speaking of challenges, Cahokia is here tonight.
It's the Wildcats, it's the Comanches, it's pink out night here tonight at Wildcat Stadium. This is the Marion Stars Wildcat Game Day.
More meaningful behind the game. Only more of a reason for the Marion Wildcats to get fired up right there.
The Wildcats have taken the field, coming to you at 7:02 from Marion High School, and it is a good kick. And it will be dropped, and a chance for an onside kick recovery, and the longest onside kick you'll see, Gage. And Marion might have great field position as a result. And they do. Junius Thomas comes out of the pile with it. 6 from the 37, approaching the 9-minute mark in this first quarter. From the 37, Gooden out to the outside. He gets his man, number 4, Heartless Holman, complete and gets more than enough for a first down. Gets across the 50.
Right.
2nd and 17. Bad snap. Marion sends the pressure. He gets rid of it. Finds his man, and it's a streaking Donald Collier, and he's off to the races. Stiff arms his way, spinning, still on his feet, and he's going to score. 64 yards to the house for Donald Collier. Finn will hold as Cahokia is out to a 6-0 lead. And it is no good. Was that partially blocked?
I think so. It went off left, so I hope so if I'm that kicker for Cahokia.
These teams with identical records. It's going to be a play-action pass play. Airing it out. Wanting the deep ball. It's Holman. And in one play, and Cahokia comes right back. 61 yards to the house. A beautiful pass from Nigel Gooden. Put that ball right where it needed to be. They keep it on the ground. Punching it in this time is Makai Henderson. And everything's working for Cahokia early in this game. Marion was down 10-0 a week ago. Now it's 6:22 to go in this opening quarter. Thomas goes in motion. Roper claps his hands. Steps up. Fires it to Hoffman. Slides into the Marion sideline. And maybe that's the big play this Marion offense needed to get itself going, as Hoffman picked up
plays here or there to try to make some positive gains out of it.
Hoffman with back-to-back catches, and he picks up another First Southern Bank first down before being thrown into that Cahokia sideline. Out. Roper with time, steps up, wants Thomas in the end zone. Jump ball, he's got it! Touchdown, Junius Thomas!
What a catch! I was sitting there thinking, oh man, that throw might be going the other way, but what a snag by Thomas to hang on to it too, because it looked like the Cahokia defender had hands on it also.
Kick is good. They get it off with time. Plenty of time for Gooden to find Cortez Rose for the first down, and another third down conversion. Cahokia trying to make something here, and right there to wrap him up, providing the initial contact. Hudson Wade, number 44 in pink, for Gooden. Gets the snap. Wade sends the pressure. They get Collier out to the outside, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 45. You go for it. Gooden drops back to pass, and it's knocked loose by Alex Henry. Scramble for it. Marion's on it. And they not only get the big fourth down stop, they force a fumble, and it was Alex Henry, a guy we talked about coming into on the screen route. Instead, they want Winters on the deep ball, and he's got it. Near the 15, forced out of bounds right in front of Ryan Godiski and Kerry Martin. Came on pink out night. This time, wide open to run it in. Instead, he threw it away. Picked off. Changing words of wisdom after he threw that pick, and now a big hit in the backfield. Bringing the pressure and bringing the heat. Evan Francis, number 56. High snap, handed off. Henderson out to the right. Gets the first down, drags a guy with them, and finally brought down by Twitty. But another first down for Cahokia. Is Broomfield, I should say.
They're going for it.
Low snap. Gooden rifles it out to the outside, incomplete, and turnover on downs. Marion ball, and the defense bent but didn't break, and thanks to some untimely Cahokia penalties, Marion action after the games had been decided the last 2 weeks, and now he makes a play with his leg, so way to take advantage of an opportunity. Aiden Broomfield, number 9, 6 foot, 205-pound backup quarterback.
Try to not get your sights set too big. Hit a single here. You don't need the home run to get that first down.
From the 28, Roper rolls. Now swings it back to Winters. Follows his blockers. Cuts back across the middle, trucking his way for a first Southern Bank first down.
And that's exactly how you do it right there.
Under pressure, hit as he throws. He's got Thomas. Thomas stiff arming his way, trying to break the plane. He got the first down at least, if not the touchdown.
And man, I was about to say no time.
Hazel behind Roper. They send Hoffman in motion. Low snap. They give it to Hazel. Follows his blockers into the end zone. And our Hub Recreation Center player of the game a week ago, Marcus Hazel, who's been quiet so far in this one, takes it 3 yards for a score right after Marion's offense in the locker room. Roper with the hold. Atkins onto the roof of the Heck Center through the uprights, and good. And we're all knotted at 14, Gage. We knew it was going to be a good one, and so far, this one's lived up to the hype. He started the game with 14 unanswered, so it's been a game of runs. Now on an end around, it's number 15, Ernest Winters, breaking a big one, and he's still on his feet. He's going to go 80 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and what an answer back that was for the Comanches.
Yeah, not what you want to see if you're the Wildcats right there. I mean, he got to the sideline, and it looked like someone tried to deliver.
Report is Marion has to retrieve those when Atkins puts him on the roof. Now Cahokia goes for 2, and Gooden finds the end zone, and it took all of about 8 seconds for Cahokia to take off his hands. It is a pass play. Wants Atkins on the outside, streaking, caught it in stride and pushed out of bounds.
Henry get on the mix here too.
They go to Hazel, finds a hole, falls forward for 6. Marcus Hazel coming up big to start the second half. Marcus Hazel with the strength of the run game, mixing in a long pass to Sam Atkins as well.
Might have a read option here with Winters lined up.
Here it is, Broomfield, you called it. Gage breaks a tackle, and we're tied. What a play call as Marion pushes the right buttons on that drive. Great sequence for the Wildcat offense, and with 5:24 to go in the third, we're all tied up at 22. We knew. Cahokia with the tight formation. Gooden drops back, he wants the deep ball. Andre Jones is there for the pick! Andre Jones coming up big, number 13, the 5'7" junior with the big pick as Cahokia wanted to answer back in a big way. Rolls out, now he tucks it in, he's gonna keep it, spins, picks up the first down, cuts back across the middle, across the 10, and wrapped up by Junius Thomas, and a big play there by the quarterback making a play with his legs. Third. They give to Collier, patiently waits for a hole, and he takes it 11 yards for 6, and Cahokia has retaken the lead.
It was a great play by Cahokia. The back did a good job of seeing that his blockers had things kind of held up going towards the right. And once he broke left, there was no chance at him not.
To Collier, who just had the touchdown. He wants the far edge on the right. And did they keep him out? I believe they did. No good. Big stop there, Gage, and that might have plenty of time. Kicks it right to Logan Hoffman.
Oh, he's got room on that sideline.
Hoffman with room, towing the Marian sideline. Logan Hoffman breaks a tackle. Logan Hoffman across the 30. And Logan Hoffman with the big special teams play when the Wildcats needed it. Now you got to get points.
What a return by Hoffman. Once he saw that line drive kick.
They need the 16 at least to keep this drive alive. Roper rolling out to Atkins. He's going to be stopped shy of the first down. Turnover on down, so the clock. So that was the confusion, and so Cahokia was able to go ahead and down it out. And they will celebrate as they will move to 4-1. 2-0 in the South 7. Marian will fall to 3-2, 1-1 in the South 7. As Cahokia comes in here and in a back and forth game with lots of penalties. Lots of missed opportunities on both sides of the ball. Cahokia made less mistakes, had less turnovers, and did just enough to pull out the 28-22 South 7 win.
We are back here at Centralia where we are getting ready to start the second half. We hope you enjoyed those videos that we shared at halftime as we were filling a little extra time. It's homecoming here. In a minute, Gage is going to have our Kemper CPA halftime stats. Kemper CPA by the numbers. But first, we'll go ahead and watch Centralia kick off. Marian will have the ball first in the second half, and it's a good thing because we're down by 21 and have some work to do. So let's see if we can get off to a good start here as Marian takes the first half kickoff, second half kickoff, and kind of goes sideways with it. But Andre Jones taken down, and Marian will start with the ball around the 24-yard line. Gage, what do we got? Kemper CPA Group by the numbers.
Man, there has been plenty of action here in the first half so far on this homecoming night for Centralia. For the Wildcats, you had, while it wasn't the outcome you wanted, it wasn't an awful half by any means offensively, as Roper had 2 passing touchdowns and just the 1 pick being the real lone blemish. 3 passing touchdowns, excuse me, as Atkins, Thomas, and Hoffman all had 1. While having multiple tackles for loss on the defensive side for the Wildcats too.
We'll keep those stats coming. Meanwhile, Callahan had a hard time with that snap, and so our first pass is incomplete. Back to you, Gage.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as Marian has had a pretty decent game offense, it's just been the Orphans that have had total control with their offense leading the way. Gouet with 5 passing touchdowns, 3 of those coming to Kenny Bratton, who's over the 100-yard threshold receiving as Roper drops back here, and he'll look to hit someone on the outside, and Winters isn't able to bring it down, making this 3rd down. And then along with Kenny Bratton, his brother, Kyverick Bratton, was able to get the 1 pick that Callahan threw in this game. But it's been Mike Brown, who is the 2-headed snake of sorts for Centralia, who had 100-plus rushing yards in the first half with 1 rushing touchdown, while it was Gibson and Cruz Jackson who had the other 2 receiving touchdowns for Centralia.
So 2 Brattons and a Brown and a Gouet are making it tough for the Wildcats to keep up. But they're trying, and that time Callahan was trying to get it to Alex Henry and couldn't quite reach him, and that's 3 passes, 3 downs, 3 and out, and you expect Callahan to be punting this one away.
Yeah, not the start you want if you're the Wildcats coming out of the locker room. Like we said before the halftime break, you don't want to try to get it all back in big plays. And right there, 3 decent-sized pass plays right there that you just fall short. And just like that, a very quick possession for Marian.
Good bounce for Callahan. Take it down to almost the 26-yard line where Centralia will start. That's actually the best situation Marion's defense has been in a while. Let's see if Marion's defense can hold Centralia to 3 and out or something close to it and get that ball back. We've got, like I said, we've got a lot of work to do. We'll be back with more after this.
Back here at Evers Field, a quick first play there for the Wildcats defensively. Now kind of backs against the wall once again. Time of possession has been a crucial thing so far in this game, and while you obviously have a 21-point lead to erase, these 30-second possessions, I think that's 2 offensive drives now in a row that have been less than a minute for the Wildcats, and while the Wildcats had their longest break of the game defensively with halftime, they didn't get much of one as soon as they got back out to the field. So defense really getting their work cut out for them tonight as Brown takes off once again.
Yeah, that first play was Brown for 3 yards. This time it's much more. Thankfully, Winters caught up with him and pulled him to the ground, but picking up a lot of yardage on that one.
35-yard run right there, and Brown continues to rack up the yards.
Big night for Brown. He's he acts a little hobbled out there, and yet you don't see it when they hand him the ball. You might explain why they don't hand him the ball on every play, because sometimes it seems that he can just break it any time. Now the defense has stopped a lot of runs at the line of scrimmage, but there's again so many things that their offense couldn't do. That pass doesn't connect. One of the few times we've seen the quarterback not connect to an open receiver.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Gouet coming into this game, there's no way that if you'd show me without showing me your roster beforehand that I'd gone, yep, that's a sophomore quarterback right there.
No, absolutely. I mean, just looking at him right now, you think this is a seasoned veteran out there. Of course, he did play. He's the coach's son. He did play quarterback last year as a freshman, and now just imagine what a couple more years will do. Now, we may not get to see that because Centralia, as we've said a couple times, is moving on out of the South 7. There goes Brown again, and this time for another first down. And here we go. Centralia's on the move again, marching deep into Marion territory in hopes of adding to this 21-point lead with still 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I've got to imagine these Wildcat defense, especially with a number of guys playing both ways. When you think of Thomas, Winters, just a number of guys, Henry too, like playing both ways and not getting much time off the field. It's got to be wearing down the Wildcats' legs as this game progresses.
Up and down the field, up and down the field. There goes Brown again for another 4 or 5 yards.
First down, bottom of the file once again. He's involved constantly. Makes a nice play there.
Bill Swinford on the call tonight with Gage Johnson. Riley Swinford is in Indiana tonight. Riley, if you don't know, is an assistant coach with the Southeastern Illinois college basketball team, where his brother Sam is the head coach, and they have their team over in Indiana for a preseason shootout, getting their guys some experience. Looking forward to another strong season from the Falcons. So he'll be back with you next Friday night, but I'm here doing my best to fill in. Thankfully, Gage is here as the one who knows what he's talking about. There's another run by Centralia, and They haven't done much wrong on the offensive end tonight. Now, Gouet, the sophomore quarterback's coming all the way to the sideline, talking to his coach, and then back to the huddle.
Yeah, they're looking to convert on third down once again. It really feels like they've only missed one or two of these third down conversions. This would be a nice one to give Marian a chance to put some points on the board after Centralia's taken a chunk off the clock to start this quarter.
Marion's looking like they want to bring him. And they do, and yet Gouet manages to still get positive yards out of it. This is a broken play, and yet he found a little gap in. It is a fourth down, and they've got a fourth and three situation. So Marion still got a chance to get out of this defensively.
Yeah, but they'll have to make another big play. As if it's any indication with how this night's gone, they're lining back up ready to try to get that first down.
UI just luckily kept it and got upfield. 4th and 2 stands in the backfield.
Brown not in there right now. Stanton in at running back. Gouet's going to get one off him quickly. All right, so there we go. Yet another touchdown for Kenny Bratton. Boy, that was an all-or-nothing play. Marion's defenders had a shot at the ball, but once that got past them, there was nobody there to stop Kenny Bratton. Marion does have a player down.
Yeah, and just a tough break for Marian right there. Not only do you give up the score on the fourth down conversion, but Centralia is taking almost half the quarter already off the clock. Now looking quickly at an even steeper hill to climb if you're the Wildcats. It's Bratton's fourth now as he continues to be the shining star of this Orphans offense. Not to say that there hasn't been plenty of other contributors, but man, has he had a game.
We're going to take a little break here and come back as Marion's trainers and coaches attend to a player down on the field. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, I'm Denon Davis. I'm a family practice physician at Deaconess, Illinois Clinic. I've greatly enjoyed practicing in Southern Illinois in general. Of course, I grew up here, and I wanted to come back and provide care for the people I grew up with. A small town area to raise your children and to have a practice is hands down better than being in an urban area or city. When you come to my office and you see me, I usually try to be pretty detailed, especially on your first visit. I want to know everything about you. I usually will review your entire chart. Thereafter, you'll use
All right, so thankfully, Caden Jacobs was able to get up off and walk off the field on his own steam. It looked like he might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. Centralia kicking the extra point. It gets through there. And now it is a 48-20 score. Centralia widens that gap a little bit more. They're having quite a night on homecoming as Marion is having a tough one here in Centralia. We'll see if they can turn that around starting after this break.
Hello, I'm Denon Davis. I'm a family practice physician at Deaconess, Illinois Clinic. I've greatly enjoyed practicing in Southern Illinois in general. Of course, I grew up here, and I wanted to come back and provide care for the people I grew up with. A small town area to raise your children and to have a practice is hands down better than being in an urban area or city. When you come to my office and you see me, I usually try to be pretty detailed, especially on your first visit. I want to know everything about you. I usually will review your entire chart. Thereafter, you'll usually get an after visit summary that I provide. It's got each problem typed out, and you get a print up of that every time you come and see me. I want you to know and understand everything that you come to see me for. The most rewarding part of family medicine is getting to know the people that you take care of, developing those relationships, and as I tell a lot of my patients when they come in, I treat them just like they are my family, just like I would my mom and dad.
And we're back here at Evers Field. Centralia getting another touchdown via Kenny Bratton for the 4th time tonight. As you see the kickoff here for the Wildcats. Looks like Andre Jones will try to turn something out of nothing, but they will start their drive on the 22, and Bill just looking to climb a steep hill here. Like I said before the break, Centralia, not only did they score on 4th down in a tough spot from 28 yards out, but you've taken quite literally almost half the quarter to get that touchdown. So now Marian in a game where you would honestly probably want to take some time off the clock, now you've got to score in a hurry if you have any chance of climbing back in this one.
Yeah, really a gut check here for the Wildcats, because there's got to be a lot of discouragement, and yet at the same time they know that their offense can put points on the board, and they got to just keep plugging away here and hope something shifts in the momentum of this game. Nice completion there as Callahan
hits Alex Henry there.
Found Alex Henry over the middle.
First time he's gotten a reception tonight for a first Southern Bank first down, and someone you'd like to see them kind of incorporate more in the pass game. I feel like it's gone away from him over these last few weeks, and a target like that can make those kind of plays. Didn't keep his feet in, but a target like that can make plays like that as a tight end. I don't know why you don't try to use him a bit more.
Yeah, and I like him over the middle. We don't go over the middle that often with anybody, but if you've got anybody that looks like your big target to hit, it's him. And I don't know, it looked like a reception to me, but they disagree, and the guys with the stripes on their shirts get to make those decisions. So,
but I love what you said, Bill, right, about Henry over the middle. We see Atkins, Thomas, Winters, and all these guys make such big plays on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to be able to use Henry when he's not as a blocker, as a target in that middle of the field, to have another option to kind of spread this offense out as that pass is incomplete to Hazel on the left side to make it 3rd down.
Yeah, the offense now is struggling to even click. The first half we were like first quarter at least we were keeping pace with Centralia. The offense seemed to be clicking as well as Centralia is now. Again, you had a lot of guys, as you mentioned, playing both ways. Centralia's been a bear to keep up with, and Marion's got to keep its focus and do what it can just to chip away at this thing. We're going deep, and we'll see. There's an interception.
And that's Kenny Bratton on the defensive end this time.
Bratton's not going down either. Boy,
and he's got room to go. He's going to get there.
He sure is. He's going to score again. Holy cow. What a game tonight being had by Mr. Kenny Bratton. Both sides of the ball, 6'3", 170 pounds. He looked like a man among boys out there.
I'll be interested to see what this penalty is. I mean, caught the pick at the other 35, took off down the sideline, cut across the middle to find the end zone. But maybe, just maybe, Marion might have caught a break and see this one come back.
Could be an illegal block, in the open field. Could be a.
So Centralia keeps the ball. The interception is good, but the touchdown does not stand. That's going to be the second interception of the night. We don't know what the exact.
So Centralia has the ball, but the ball will be marked back in their own territory, so that helps a little bit. And the defense their challenge will be to stop Centralia as the Orphans take over at their own 45.
Yeah, legal block in the back right there, bringing that touchdown back. But, man, if that have stood, what a game for Bratton. I mean,
yeah.
he has just made his presence known on both sides of the ball. And worth noting now, Bill, in every Marion loss, there has been at least 1 to 2 interceptions in those losses. So turnovers proving to be a huge factor in Marion's success.
Yeah, and it really did feel like a little desperation there on that last play, just to the point of just not being careful with it. But hey, when you look at that scoreboard, you see that deficit. It's really both as a coaching staff and as Callahan behind the center, you do feel like you got to make something happen and hope for a little bit of luck sometimes. And luck is not on Marion's side tonight. Hey, that defense is continuing to try to stop that run. A lot of chippiness happening right now. Centralia's guys are running over their own guys, it seemed like, and bouncing off of each other. And Centralia does have an injured player down.
Coaches will come in and separate these guys. There is an orphan down on the player. So the running back, he only needed a foot, he gained about a yard. It's going to be first down and 10, but Brown is down on the field.
So it's Brown that's down with the injury. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, Ross, and we'll come back after this. So Brown has helped off the field. For Centralia, he's had quite a night, but he's been a little hobbled, and we noticed that earlier, and that he may be done for the night. With the lead Centralia has, may not be needed. Stanton in there now, running back. Caden Jacobs, who also was down with an injury earlier, looks like he's fine. He came in, made that tackle.
Into Marion territory.
So this is going to be 3rd and 9. So that was Javon Williams you're seeing, former Centralia and Southern Illinois University great. Played quarterback here, played quarterback at SIU. Nice. Let's see, I don't know if he's on the coaching staff or just here for homecoming, but he's hanging out on the Centralia sideline tonight.
To the right. Stand in the backfield. He's going to give to him. He's patient. He goes off left tackle, and then he's hit. Blake Winters was the guy to bring him down. Gained about 5 yards on 2nd and 9. Now an orphan down.
Okay, so it's 3rd down now. 3rd and
looks like we got another Centralia player down. Now what you want to see for either side here late in this game.
Right. He's up, though.
Saying that he's good to go, he's going to have to come off the field for at least one play. So we'll keep it.
Yeah, we've confirmed that Javon Williams Jr. is an assistant coach on the team. So it's nice to see. It's always nice to see when those great athletes come back and serve their home schools. Had quite a career here. Kind of an all-purpose back who played mostly quarterback, but kind of a running quarterback.
On the left side, he's by himself on 3rd down.
Also got a lot of action at SIU as a Saluki. So Stanton up the middle, they stuffed that. So now it's going to be 4th and about 5. So see what Centralia chooses to do here. They'll probably go for it.
Yeah, we've seen this time and time again kind of throughout this game. All good and well if Marion can make these stops early on the drive, but now they got to finish it.
Looks like they're throwing the punt team out there.
Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, so the punt worked out for them last time. They rolled that ball down to the 1 yard line. Let's see if they.
No way they go 2 for 2, right?
If this punter can do that every time, then somebody needs to give that boy a scholarship.
Downed it at Marion's 1.
McLean ready to punt.
Nah, I don't think. Well, it's time. Hoffman is going to be able to bring this back to the 20. 20 is much better than the 1, so we'll see if Marion can get something going here with 2:25 left in the third quarter. We'll be back with more after this quick break.
Hey y'all, it's me, Willie the Wildcat. I'm here to tell you about the official Wildcat Gameday shirts brought to you by Swinford Media Group. Whether you're cheering under the Friday night lights or packing the gym for basketball season, these shirts are the perfect way to show your Wildcat pride. Order yours now at swinfordmediagroup.com.
All right, we're back on the field in action. Hey, order one of those T-shirts. Ross and I are wearing one tonight. Check those out. You can find those on the SwinfordMediaGroup.com website. Go to our online store and order one up. Show your Wildcat spirit. That's Willie the Wildcat coming at you. We've all got them, and they're very comfortable shirts. They're not just cute; they're comfortable. Show something you wear at the homecoming game next weekend. Marion's back at home, ready to put this one in the rearview mirror for homecoming. As Blake Winters can't get any space out on the left side, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Homecoming next weekend. We play Carbondale, don't we?
We have Collinsville
we
next
do
week.
not play Carbondale. We play Collinsville. Don't go by me. But it is homecoming, and that means it's a home game. I know that much.
You were close. We get Carbondale the week after that on the road.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, it's these C games in the middle of the we talked about this in the pregame. These C towns in the middle of the schedule. The last few years have been tough on the Wildcats, and they're tough again tonight. Centralia is having their way with the Wildcats, and Wildcats just can't get anything going offensively now. Offense worked for a little while in the first half, but nothing's working for Marion right now.
Yeah, a rare case of, the wide receiving corps has been so talented, and Roper's been able to throw the D-ball a lot this year. But when you're met with some athletes that can cover those one-on-one coverages and to not allow you to really make those big plays, it quickly stunts the offense that hasn't had much else going for them tonight either.
Yeah, tough night for Callahan and the receiver corps. The offense overall has kind of been stunted here, and Callahan's going to have to punt it away again. We'll see if it bounces Centralia's way, of course, and they'll get the ball on the 45. Now we'll take a break and rejoin you right after this.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Hello, I'm Denon Davis. I'm a family practice physician at Deaconess, Illinois Clinic. I've greatly enjoyed practicing in Southern Illinois in general. Of course, I grew up here, and I wanted to come back and provide care for the people I grew up with. A small town area to raise your children and to have a practice is hands down better than being in an urban area or city. When you come to my office and you see me, I usually try to be pretty detailed, especially on your first visit. I want to know everything about you. I usually will review your entire chart. Thereafter, you'll usually get an after visit summary that I provide It's got each problem typed out, and you get a print up of that every time you come and see me. I want you to know and understand everything that you come to see me for. The most rewarding part of family medicine is getting to know the people that you take care of, developing those relationships, and as I tell a lot of my patients when they come in, I treat them just like they are my family, just like I would my mom and dad.
We're back here at Centralia, where Centralia just had their first down play on the drive. We had a bit of a collision out on the right side on an incomplete pass. We got a Centralia player down, and a flag has been thrown for some reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that flag thrown from the opposite side of the field was on. This is near us towards the press box. But, I mean, all the action's happening on the other side, so I don't know what he possibly could have seen that the other two on that side didn't see. But if I had to guess, it's probably not good news for me.
There have been a lot of, I think there have been more referee huddles tonight than there have been huddles by either of the two teams. Both these teams are running no huddle offenses, but the referees are huddling up every other play to figure out what they're going to call here. This is getting a little tedious. A personal foul against Marian? In what way? You think that was
maybe they're saying it on the hit?
Was
but
that the hit? Like,
I really don't know. That's that flag came awfully late for that to be the case. As they were already down well after the play before he tossed it.
And as you mentioned, from the whole other side of the field.
Feels a tad bit unnecessary at this point in the game. As honestly, if it was on that hit over there, that was a football play. He just kind of got caught in the middle of. Yeah. I think it was two Centralia players, two Marian players, and just kind of got unlucky. But as you'll see, number 10 for Centralia being helped off the field, McLean. Hope everything will be all right with him here soon. As nothing you want to see, obviously, here, especially in a late game like this.
National Game of Scare on Banterra coming on their home turf, but the Rangers stay undefeated as that county is going to defeat Herrin 35-20. So Herrin stays winless there, 0-6.
Well, Centralia now talking it over again real quick before they head back out. It's been a bit since it felt like we had the action, but here we're back for a 1st and 10 with 53 seconds left to go in this third quarter, as this second half has been a pretty quick one.
These guys are receiver, and they've got another touchdown.
Yeah, Marion has bit on that play multiple times tonight where they go for it looks like they're going for that screen pass. The Marion defenders bite on it, and it leaves one guy wide open down the field. I'm trying to see the number.
5? Is that 5?
If it is, that is another Brett.
It's Marion Brett.
Let's see. 15. So it's Cruz Jackson.
Oh, okay.
He's had a grab on the night. Looks like they got that one right there. And now they will look to kick the extra point. Once again, Gouet just having an absolute control of this game for Centralia.
So Centralia having quite a game for their homecoming. I don't think they expected any more than the Wildcats did, that this would be as lopsided as it's turned into. But now a 35-point lead for Centralia here, winding toward the end of the third quarter. And they will kick off again. They've kicked off a lot of times tonight, and Marian hasn't done anything with it in quite a little while. But let's see if the offense can get some momentum going again. You know, these are the opportunities that you have in these kind of games where you either lay down and you're just kind of self-defeated, or try to give yourself something to remind yourself that you're a good football team. You're going to have bad nights, and this is certainly one of them. And you're going to have teams that are playing at some seemingly a little over their head some nights, and you're just not going to be able to do anything about it. But the Wildcats need to remind themselves they've had a good season so far. They've got all the potential of finishing the season strong. They just need to come out here and give themselves a reminder that they can play this game. So here's the opportunity down 55-20 as Centralia gets ready to kick off again.
Yeah, I think like you said, Bill, every snap's a chance to get better, and knowing that this lead is probably an insurmountable one to come back from it the way that this game has gone. Now I think you got to look at this if you're the Wildcats as a chance to work on some things, see what's not working, see if there's a way you can alter some things to put things back in your favor. As another miscue for Marian, and it looks like Centralia might have the ball after that kickoff.
It does appear that fumble was recovered by Centralia.
And things just get worse for the Wildcats as the rough night continues as another turnover. Just things piling up for the Wildcats as Centralia now is going to have a chance to put in a running clock with 42 seconds to go here in this third quarter.
Yeah, score will turn it into a running clock for the Orphans, and here in this last South 7 matchup between these two teams before Centralia moves on to a different conference. The Cahokia Conference is what they're moving into. So this will be a poor way for the Wildcats to wish them goodbye. Centralia's all about it though. It's their homecoming. You gotta be happy. I walked through the crowd at halftime. It's a nice crowd here tonight, very nice crowd here tonight, and folks enjoying themselves, and both with the homecoming festivities and the results on the field. And this team, the Centralia team, has an opportunity at 4-1 now, going toward 5-1, has an opportunity to really do something. They're obviously headed toward the playoffs, and with the weapons we see, based on the scores we know of from earlier this season, they seem to be just keep getting better and better. And so obviously you want to be peaking later in the season as when you become a playoff team. Marion's dipping right now. We need to get that momentum going again. And maybe our homecoming next Friday will be the chance to fire this thing back up. Hey, we're going to take a break as we switch to our fourth quarter action right after this.
Curious what's been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Oasis Grand Re-Unclosing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more you don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
Left side, he's going to have to cut it back inside.
Yeah, we're back here at Evers Field as Centralia with a quick snap to start the quarter, and they will be just short of a first down. That'll make it a third down here. And they're one score away from making this a running clock game. If you just miss it right there before the end of the quarter, a muffed kickoff had Centralia back right after they scored just a mere seconds later as they have the possession here once again to start the fourth.
So this game started off in the first quarter. Centralia scoring on its first possession. Marian answering very, very quickly. We were tied at 7. Centralia went up 14, 7, 20, I'm trying to remember now, 27 maybe, and then Marian scored again. But Marion's offense has slowed since then and scored just one more time. Meanwhile, Centralia just will not stop. And with a 35-point lead, still 11 minutes left in this game, as Gage said, we've got a very good shot here of getting to a running clock. It's getting very, very painful for the Wildcats and their fans, and no fun for us here at Wildcat Wildcat Gameday. But you're going to have these games. Marion has, even in its 2 losses this year before tonight, Centralia and Cahokia has been in those games and made them exciting and had a chance to win both of those games. Such a chance to win both those games. They could have come into this game 5-0, but they came in 3-2, and now they're in danger of falling to 3-3.
And Centralia finding themselves, this would be their second South 7 win of the season, putting them with a chance at being atop the conference standings here by the end of the night, depending on the outcome of Cahokia's matchup.
So, yeah, that's a touchdown. He tiptoed along that sideline and got in.
It's a flag on the play towards that sideline.
On the far side of the field and stay in bounds. It's going to be a hold against the Orphans.
Okay, so that one's coming back. It's a hold against Centralia.
It's the second time this half that the Orphans have had a touchdown brought back via penalty. Wait and see on the official spot.
So holding against Centralia, that one's going to come all the way back to the 35 right here. So a bit of a break for the Wildcats, but they will still have some work to do to end this drive for Centralia, who has really just controlled the pace so far tonight. As it looks like Cahokia is leading Mount Vernon 42-11 in the 4th quarter. So Cahokia will hang on to that South 7 lead as long as they finish up their end of business over there. But Centralia will be knocking on the door at 2-0, barring a miracle from the Wildcats tonight. They'll take the snap now, 1st and 25. Guai throws it out of bounds with a hit, and here comes another flag.
Late hit, it looks like, on Alex Henry. Did not pull up as he went after the quarterback. Guai let go of it and then got hit. So that's going to keep Centralia marching in the right direction.
And that just feels like a matter of frustrations just kind of brewing over for the Wildcats at this point. Not a play you expect from Henry, as he'll take a break, try to regain his composure after that. Just been a struggle for the Wildcats tonight, and you've seen those tensions build as this half has kind of gone on and the struggles have continued.
If we get into a running clock situation, I think it's going to be best if we can see our reserves come in, and first of all, we don't want to get anybody hurt at this point in this game, and both teams for that matter.
Absolutely.
And let's get those young guys a little field time, a little more opportunity as we look toward future years and depth, and so this may be the last time we see our starters out there as Centralia anymore. It's funny the way this game's gone. It feels inevitable, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that penalty brought them all the way back to the 35, and now they're all the way back to just inside the 15. So another fresh set of downs for Centralia, who's had it going offensively all night. And Stanton this time gets to the outside.
Gets his shot. Brown appears to be sidelined for the rest of the night with an injury. Brown, their star running back, I'm not sure. We don't know how many yards he had.
It had to be close to 200. He was
sure
getting
felt
there.
like it. It sure felt like it. It felt like a 200-yard game, and definitely would have been if he had not gotten injured. But seen a lot of individual performances tonight from Centralia between him and Kenny Bratton, the receiver and defender, who had some sparkling plays tonight. Almost had an interception return for a touchdown.
Yeah, and above all else, Guai, who's really been the control. He's controlled the tempo of this game under center. Just an incredible game in passing and being able to lead their drives, taking so much time off the clock time and time again. As they stopped Stanton this time, ball popped out. Not sure who recovered it. Marion recovers
All right, what do
it.
you know? Marion gets one. So we will not have a running clock yet, and Marion will take over.
And I think that's the first time that Marian has forced a turnover tonight.
Was the first guy there, and it looks like they are indeed changing.
I think you're right.
Don't know if the flag dropped inadvertently or what the official call is going to be, but it will be Marian football. So
Marian takes over at its own 13.
goal line, and the defense forces the takeaway. That's the first takeaway all day for Marian. And now the offense will have it on their own 12. Callahan and company are going to look to get going. There's no points left.
So here comes Marian again, and let's see what they choose to do. Okay, so
and that's Aiden Broomfield, and you know how you know that? That direct snap and taking off up the middle. That's about his signature of a play, it feels like, for Broomfield this season, as that likely means that this is the end of the road for Callahan tonight. Still some other starters out there. We see Junius Thomas, Hazel still in the backfield, but Broomfield looks like he's taking over under center.
That time he does hand off to Hazel.
Across the 25, still keeping those legs moving, has a first down across the 27.
And another flag.
And that one's on Marian, some little extracurricular after the play. This time, number 66, Levi Clark, kind of pushing and shoving after the fact. And like we said earlier, just frustrations for Marian just kind of mounting at this point in the game. So regardless of the big game by Hazel, some of this is going to come back due to the penalty. And a tough one for Hazel, too, is I feel like he's done fairly well with his touches, but when Marian found themselves behind so quickly, so early, it's hard to hand the ball off and take that much time off the clock as you would trying to establish that ground game, and he never really got going. And it's just really been a rough night all around offensively, trying to find a way to deal with Centralia's athleticism, whether it was on defense or offense.
After gaining 12 yards on offense, they have gained about.
So Marian spinning its wheels here.
Undisciplined, to say the least.
Still first down.
The clock resumes again. Broomfield's in the game. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to drag down, pushed backwards by 3 or 4 defenders, and no gain on first down. Looks like the rest of the Marian offensive starters are going to be subs out of this game.
Yep, there goes Henry off to the sideline, Hoffman off to the sideline. It looks like Marian's second unit will officially take over in this ball game. And something we kind of expected to see. This is the time for those guys to get their reps and allow Marian to kind of have a chance to refocus on that sideline, maybe talk a little bit about what's going on and get these second unit guys plenty of reps.
At the 17. Here's Pat
Handoff right up the middle. Steinsaltz bounces off a couple. Forward to the 27 yard post. That's a good little run by Steinsaltz.
And then Steinsaltz, this time number 35 for the Wildcats, getting the handoff and turning it into a first down, moving the chains. Not something we've seen too much from the backfield from Marian tonight, but a nice gain nonetheless right there to move the chains.
Yeah, he hit the line hard there. 5'8", 170-pound junior running back, Patton Steinsaltz. Nice run there.
And we'll try to get you some more of these numbers as these plays continue to develop. Another handoff for Steinsaltz once again right there, making a nice gain. Good job by his line right there. You get Levi Clark again in on the play for the line. Looks like Logan Black. Devin Rogowski also still in there. Zach Short in on the line as well.
So Rogo's going out and Logan's going out. Just as you call their names, they go to the sidelines. We'll see if they're done. We'll see if they're done. Well, I'm glad we got their names called.
We got some others that looks like out wide now as our receivers are out. So Jackson Owen here on this side, Weston Rudd as well. I'm not sure on that far side, but looks like Broomfield's going to spread it out. Steinsaltz again, big hit, but he stands up, and I think he might have got the first.
Nice work by Steinsaltz. It's tough out there. He has come out with a couple of nice runs at that time. Took that swing pass. And
talk about taking advantage of your reps.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like we got Austin Nord towards that Marion sideline at wideout also. Another handoff there for the Wildcats, and might have been another first down as well. Marion Wildcat offense in this second unit, moving the ball pretty well. As it's Logan Benoit on the carry right there. I gotta say, this might be one of the longest possessions that Marion's had on offense for a while as well. Using the clock to their advantage a little bit, knowing that they can't get it all back in one score, and you're just trying to save face right here, work on some things, and they're doing a pretty good job of it as Broomfield takes that one right up the middle again. The ground game working for the Wildcats, Bill.
Yeah, a lot of these backup linemen doing a nice job of clearing some space for these runners, and it's nice to see. You're at the least happy for this unit that they're moving the ball down the field. And this is Weston Rudd. Weston, 5'8", 175-pound junior, also running hard out there tonight.
And another first Southern Bank first down. Continuing to move the chains for the blue and gold. I tell you what, for a guy of Steinfeld's stature, he is taking some of those hits, and he's kind of shedding them a little bit.
Like the way he's holding that ball with two hands. He's got it covered up. He's squaring up to the line, and good old-fashioned running right here from the Wildcat backfield. There he goes again.
And that one was 35. Steinholtz again getting across the 35, just short of that first down. So it'll be about 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. Looking to cap off a pretty solid drive right here, taking about 3 minutes or so off the clock. Doing a nice job of spreading the ball through the 3 backs, essentially, with Broomfield kind of operating as a direct running back. This time it's Rudd getting in on the action.
Well, I like the way they are just trading off, taking turns, going off right tackle, going off left over the left guard. So let's see if we can keep this running game going all the way into the end zone. Look at Rudd go. Wait a minute. That's
a new one. Yeah, looks like we got Ashton Norman in on the run this time. So even more Wildcats getting in on this ground game.
That's a sophomore, 5'8", 170-pound sophomore. He's speedy around the left end there.
And Wildcats spreading the wealth here on this last drive that they've got going.
So we've got Rudd and Norman in the backfield right now. And a fake, and they pass. This time it's Rudd. Oh, he beats his defender head on and comes up hobbled, but nice job by Rudd. None of these guys are very big, but they run tough.
Inside the 10 to the 6-yard line for 2nd down and 4.
He may have to come out.
And it looks like he will.
And this time coming in for him is Gavin Barr. Gavin Barr now has a chance. And we had a nice little stretch there of no penalties that may have just ended.
And it looks like it was Centralia that jumped a bit early this time.
There we go.
Marian moving forward. That'll make it 2nd and short, I believe.
So he's going to move the ball from
Down with 2.5 minutes left in the game. Marion's chewed up some time as they've chewed up this field with their running game with this second unit. Doing a nice job. Broomfield himself is going to take it. He may be able to get all the way in. He does. There's a touchdown from the second unit offense. Congratulations to them as they came out with some renewed energy and determination and ran behind a young line and some young players getting some action. And Broomfield, who we normally just see in two-point conversion situations, doing a nice job running that offense. Making clean handoffs and threw a couple of swing passes, and good work.
Yeah, and as someone who, after this season, looking forward to the future, is probably going to be that guy under center for the Wildcats next year. So seeing these reps for him is always good for him to kind of work on some things, and it looks like he's going to find it again for the two-point conversion.
All right, so Broomfield does a nice job as the Wildcats are back in the scoring column. Centralia will get it back again. We'll see what they choose to do after we come back after this.
The teachers are really good, they're understanding.
All of our faculty here teach from experience.
I love it. It's so hands-on. They want to see us succeed.
There's so many options, so many things they can choose from.
I wasn't just another statistic out there.
My advisors and my professors have been very helpful. I've felt completely at home from the first day.
Everyone has been so welcoming and helpful and encouraging. It's made it really easy. So I would for sure recommend John A.
All right, we're back. Marian scoring for the first time since early on in the third quarter. Now kicking away. Interesting to see what they do here, but we get 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to play against Centralia as they have been in control on their homecoming night as they look to get a couple reps in with their second unit of their own this time around.
Max Wade kicking off the Wildcats. There goes out of bounds. So with this kind of lead, you would hope Centralia will just be satisfied and figure out a way to run out this clock. Don't anticipate Marion calling any timeouts here, and
and just like we mentioned, there's a slew of new faces for the Orphans as they'll have a new second unit out there.
Yeah, they'll get their shot here. So have we got a new quarterback?
Yes, number 18, I believe. I'm going to look again here after the play.
22, actually.
22, okay. 18 is the one with the ball. That's Cooper Green. And he's got a first down for the Orphans.
Yeah, so you saw 18 back there. You said, well, that's the quarterback. But 22 took the snap. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, but 22 took the snap and handed it off.
Yeah, and it says that number 22 is Maddox Johnson Reed, listed as a wide receiver and defensive back actually on the roster. But
all right.
He'll be the man under center, it looks like, for Centralia right now.
He's a junior. Yeah, with the starting quarterback being the coach's son and a sophomore, if you're the backup quarterback, you're looking at a career as the backup quarterback.
Not a bad idea to have some other spots for some snaps.
Plus you're a freshman. I don't think you're gonna get your shot. So he's getting his shot right now to run this offense. Tell you what, just because you're the coach's son doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be a great quarterback. I was the coach's son on our flag football team when I was a kid. Dad decided I was the quarterback. I was the last person that should have been the quarterback on that team, and our record proved it. So, however, that does not reflect on Mr. Gouet and his performance. That guy's got quite a future ahead of him. He just looking at him. I think you could look at him in a suit nowhere near a football field and still be able to tell that guy's a quarterback. He's got the look and he's got the skills, and we'll look forward to seeing what Archie Gouet could do over the next couple of years.
And it looks like Centralia is going to let the play clock start to run down if these last few handoffs, 40-second play clocks kicking through. I'd imagine they'll have about one more snap before this one's over, as Centralia will cap off a huge homecoming win, 55-28 over the Wildcats.
And this is the final snap of the game. And we'll see the players shaking hands and showing good sportsmanship, and Marian will be glad to put this one behind them. So come back for our Heartland or Deaconess Illinois Regional Medical Center post-game show, and we'll name our Hub Recreation Center Player of the Game right after this break.
No matter the length of your journey, come discover the savings during the Columbus Day sale at Anderson's family of stores, where we've got savings of up to 25% off store-wide on thousands of items in stock and ready for immediate delivery, or receive up to 5 years no interest. And we provide same-day delivery on most mattresses, up to 25% off store-wide or 5 years interest-free financing at our Columbus Day sale, only at Anderson's family of stores.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. At Legence Bank, we make it easy to achieve your financial goals. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we strive to be your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions. From investing in your priorities to helping our community grow, we're committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
I always know I can count on the people at Legence to answer my questions and connect me to the services I need.
We have you covered with a range of fraud prevention tools to keep your accounts safe and secure. With real-time debit card alerts, advanced encryption, and card controls, you can stay one step ahead of fraud with these security features.
Legence Bank supports you on and off the field. Go Wildcats!
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash
Provide
Service.
both surgical and non-surgical management for musculoskeletal conditions. In fact, about 1 out of 10 patients I see in the clinic actually come to surgery. The other 9 out of 10 we can treat and manage non-surgically. I don't require referrals. Patients can come to see me straight away. My philosophy, again, is optimize non-surgical treatment before I perform surgery. Once I do surgery, unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist. My wife gives me a hassle. If I'm in the room and this picture on the wall is crooked, I will fix it, even in your house. I think part of that is the masonry background, because everything's got to be, again, plumb level and as close to perfect as you can achieve. You can shoot for perfection, accept excellence. That's my rule.
All right, we're back here one more time in Centralia at Evers Field, where the Deaconess Illinois Medical Center postgame show is underway. And this is a postgame that, like us, I think Coach Dunning is ready just to put behind them and look ahead to some better days. This was not one of Marion's better days. 55-28. Losing to Centralia in their final South 7 matchup with this team before Centralia moves on to the Cahokia Conference next year. Boy, all those years of Marion playing Centralia in football, basketball, all sports. It's a significant night, and Centralia made the most of it. It's their homecoming as well, and it's a memorable one for them. They had a lot of players that did a lot of good stuff and proved that this team is to be reckoned with. They've still just got one loss against 5 wins on the season, and look for Centralia to have a chance to do something in the postseason because they're definitely headed that way. Meanwhile, Marion still got a good shot at that as well. This does even their record at 3-3. But something's got to change after tonight if they're going to break this curse we talked about in the pregame show. They have these middle-of-the-season games, the Cahokias, the Centralias, the Collinsvilles, and the Carbondales that sometimes trip them up. And we've got Collinsville on homecoming next Friday night. At least we'll be back home in the comfort of our own home press box. And look forward to that. Look forward to what Marion does this week to try to turn this around. Gage has got some Kemper CPA stats to try to make sense of this terrible loss.
Yeah, for Centralia's offense, it was Kenny Bratton that led the show. Had 4 receiving touchdowns on the night, 3 of those coming in the first half, and then threw in a pick that almost turned into number 5 there in the second half with his brother Kyverick also having the other pick for the Orphans. Gouet led the way, controlled the game with 7 passing touchdowns, while it was Mike Brown that helped out in the backfield with 100-plus rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown, with Demetrius Gibson and Cruz Jackson as the other receiving touchdowns for Centralia. On the Marion side of things, Roper ended the game having 2 passing touchdowns. Had another pick in the second half, putting his total at 2. Now making it for him 8 picks on the season, and all of those coming in all 3 of the Wildcats' losses. It was Atkins, Thomas, Hoffman, your usual crew, leading the way in the receiving corps as they had the receiving touchdowns, with Broomfield tacking one on, carrying it himself there late for the other score for the Wildcats. While the Wildcats were also able to force 1 fumble late in the game, they also had a fumble themselves on a kickoff. So turnovers being, I think, the big red flag if you're the Wildcats here tonight, as one of the big reasons they suffered this tough loss in the last South 7 battle with Centralia tonight.
Yeah, in this kind of game, when you just start getting down farther and farther and farther, it's just so hard to get that energy going again, especially when you have so many players playing both ways. And you saw a big difference happen when the second unit came on fresh. Of course, they were going against Centralia's second unit, but that give those guys some credit for going down and getting that final score for Marion to make it a little less painful, but still 55-28. We thought this was going to be a pretty even match, and I really feel like on another night it could have been. There just some bad things happened to Marion in that first half, getting buried on that punt, and like you mentioned, the turnovers are just kind of snowballed into a night that Marion would rather forget. And I think it's indication that they're ready to move on, and that I think the team's already gone. I'm looking for them. You don't see them huddled anywhere, and I'm not sure if they're already on the bus and the coach is talking to them there, but they're quickly getting out of here. And we're going to be packing it up and moving on, too. No reason to beat them up or beat this up. It's just one of those nights for the Wildcats. And on these kind of nights, it's kind of tricky sometimes to pick a player of the game, because you forget there were some highlights for Marion in there, and one of them is going to lead us to our play of the game.
Yeah, and that tonight is our Hub Recreation Center player of the game is going to be Logan Hoffman. Had the biggest catch of the night for a touchdown in a 67-yarder. Had a couple other nice catches to lead that receiving corps tonight. The senior who has kind of sees his name fall behind a bit at times with Atkins and Thomas, but has continued to be a key contributor for the Wildcats throughout the season. So congrats to Logan Hoffman on being this week's Hub Recreation Center player of the game.
Yeah, Logan's one of those guys that seems to show up every game and make some key plays here and there, but as you mentioned, sometimes gets overlooked by the flashier stats of others. But you need your Logan Hoffmans if you're going to have a winning season, and Marion's still determined for that to happen and head that way. So Gage, run down the rest of the schedule for us as Marion looks ahead and tries to put this one behind us.
Yeah, so now sitting at 3-3, Marion 2 wins still away from that playoff eligibility. They'll have to look at bouncing back during their homecoming game like we talked about against Collinsville next week. Then they'll hit the road for the last time in the regular season with another South 7 battle against Carbondale before making their way back home on the 25th, taking on Mattoon for senior night. So they sit at 3-3 and 1-2 in the South 7 now, looking to bounce back in front of the home crowd with a big homecoming win. Centralia now improving to 2-0 in the South 7 standings, and Cahokia did end up finishing their part of the deal with Mount Vernon, so they will find themselves just behind the South 7 lead for the first time, with this being their last go of the South 7 as well, while Marion will see themselves fall a bit down the standings, I think in a tie for third with Mount Vernon at 1-2.
All right, so let's wrap this one up from Evers Field here in Centralia. Thanks for joining us here in Wildcat Game Day. Again, thanks for hanging in there with us in the pregame, and we were having a lot of technical difficulties. Big kudos to Ross Swinford once again for finding a way through that and getting the stream out there for us. It's sometimes a little tricky, especially when we're on the road, but we got this one done again. Whether you are glad you sat and watched it or not, we're glad to bring it to you, and we're very thankful as always to all of our sponsors, starting with those that sponsor our pregame, postgame shows, including Deaconess, Illinois Regional Medical Center, Binkley-Ross Funeral Home, Johnny Logan College, and let's go ahead and mention the Black Diamond family of businesses for sponsoring our play of the game all season long. Our play of the game is pretty much our player of the game, which was Logan Hoffman's long. Boy, what a great thing for the senior to have that memory.
Absolutely.
That was a really nice play. Those long touchdown passes, that's what a receiver dreams of experiencing. Of course, the Black Diamond family businesses overall, and as we told you tonight, and as you saw at halftime, they've got something cool to go see now at the Oasis Mall. The Oasis sitting there, the former Illinois Center Mall, is back in business. You got stuff to see, go see it, and there's so much more coming there. You'll just feel the excitement growing when you walk in the doors, and you'll get a chance. Had a chance today. If you didn't get there tomorrow. They're open for business at the Oasis at the mall. We got their businesses also include Black Diamond Harley Davidson, Mountain Dew Park, the Thrillville Thrillbillies, SI Elite, Coca-Cola Golf Course, Oasis Outdoors and Power Sports, Oasis Lawn and Garden, Oasis Home Center, Oasis Sports Complex, and then our Oasis Mall, as we mentioned. So get there and check all of that out. Thanks to Kemper CPA for sponsoring our stats, not just this game, but every game since we started streaming these games. Going back, how many years now, Ross? A lot of years, 7 years, I think we're at now. And some of you have been with us for all of these. This is one of the ones we'll want to forget, but we'll look forward to next Friday night's homecoming, where we are confident we'll bring you a game we'll all enjoy and want to. For all to our Wildcat Game Day streams this grass blowers in the stands. So
thanks for watching this live stream of Marion High School athletics on the Wildcat Game Day. The action is brought to you by the Swinford Media Group, all of our sponsors. Watermark Auto Group, John A. Logan College, Black Diamond family of businesses, Illinois Army National Guard, Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, Binkley-Ross Funeral Home, Legence Bank, First Southern Bank, Bank of Herrin, Banterra Bank, Garner State Farm Insurance, Paul Jacobs for Senate, SouthernTrust Bank, Marion Plumbing, Austin Dickson, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Anderson Boys Trash Service, The Roofing Guys, Anderson's Furniture, SIU Credit Union, Clark Natural Stone, Kemper CPA Group, Wit Wisdom, The Hub Recreation Center, The Print Shop, Blush and Ivory Bridal Boutique,